Hello there, all of you wonderful, beautiful ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Daniel Andrus, previously known as the Y2K Reviewer. I was born in 1994, fall season 1994. I am 31 years old. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I'm making a very long, big, important video here that I really want to talk about, and yeah. Wow, what a holy crap, what a world we're heading to. What a situation, I can't believe it's happening right now. And I already made 2 other videos talking about this. I don't want this video to be a whole dreadful kind of vibe or feeling. I already spent my time doing that with the other 2 videos. This is just me sitting here talking to you, the audience, about some of my personal favorite memories of obtaining physical media growing up and even now into my adulthood, from ages pretty much 3 or 4 to 31 till now, the earliest I can remember. And I've kind of seen it all in the world of media, with how much things have changed, with the world of entertainment, I should say, seeing how things have come and gone, and new innovations coming and replacing old ones, which I never expected that to happen. I don't think anyone did. I've always been upset when something that was there in the world of art, and again media and entertainment and creation and expression, is always taken away. Whether it be a format, a style, or a human being, or whatever it is, it's always tragic. That harsh lesson of nothing lasts forever. This is my cat, Chai. She's my guest in this video. Ooh, she shaved like crazy. But, yeah, I guess I should kick things off with the video. So we'll get more into it as I talk about physical media in here. And there's a ton of videos on YouTube already about people talking about how this is problematic. But I really just want to talk about my favorite memories of what it's like growing up. And a lot of these pieces of media have a lot to do with my personal father, with my dad. My dad, he's not a big geek or big nerd like I am. No one in my family or really is. My siblings, my parents growing up, intermediate, what I had growing up. But they've always valued and appreciated the way that I was. My mom, not so much. But my siblings and my dad, they've always seemed to try to understand, or do understand. And I don't know if I have any positive memories with my mother involving any of this stuff, but that I have sitting right next to me over here. But some of these pieces of media, I do have fun memories with my partner, my life partner, as I want to call her for now, and my friends, and some people I'm not really in touch with anymore. Either they're out of my life for their reasons, or I'm out of theirs for my reasons. But right, so with that being said, or we're just, I don't know. But that's a different story. So let's kick things off with something very early and very innocent from when I was 4 or 5 years old. This film was a huge deal when it came out into theaters. And yeah, that is none other than, it's an anime movie, but it's an anime movie for kids. Now, I was there when it got released in theaters, folks. Pokemon, the first movie. Yes, we're going to talk about Pokemon, the first movie, for a little bit. I remember when this came out, it was a huge deal. I saw it in theaters. I remember having the VHS tape, and I loved this movie as a kid. Now, I think it's very, not for me. It's very dated. It isn't really my cup of tea, but I just wanted to talk about it because I remember owning the VHS tape and it being a big deal when I was little. Just this whole thing was a huge deal. It includes never before seen Pokemon footage, see back for details. Well, would you look at that? So, I don't think that was in the movie theaters, maybe. That's why it was such a huge deal to have it. But I was only 4 or 5, so it didn't really fully register for me. But yeah, so this is a big deal, number one. So I should also put a disclaimer before continuing that I'm mostly talking about films and console games here. Films/movies and console video games. That's it. No books. No PC games. Oh, wait. And music. So some CD-ROM discs, video game software for console, video game console software, and VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs and 4K. So for films and TV shows. That's really about it. I'm not talking about PC games or books. That's really all that I'm excluding here that I can think about. Because I do have fond memories with like that stuff too. But I would add books and PC games, but then we'd be here even longer than we are. So then we're gonna be. So moving on to 2 iconic films on VHS I love dearly. These are the tapes I had growing up. I still have them to this day. Toy Story 1 and 2. Now, my parents growing up made it their life mission to obtain like every Disney film and Pixar movie they could get their hands on for me and my siblings. They're big fans of this stuff, and I'm glad they are because I'm a big fan of stuff. I love Pixar and Disney, classic Pixar. Right? I still Pixar to this day. And I still kind of love Disney. I love both. And no, I'm not a big fan of what they do now very much, especially Disney, but I love their works, and it's important to own this stuff and to talk about it, and to remember, and to pop it in the VHS player every now and then, you know, which I do own one. As you saw, probably saw in the beginning of the video, that I do own a DVD/VHS player in the old tube TV that I can watch this stuff on still. So not everybody's going to have that, not everybody's going to have VHS, that's okay, but DVD is kind of timeless. You can, if you had a modern high 4K piece of tech disc player today, whether it be a 4K Blu-ray player or a PlayStation 5 or Series X or whatever it is, you can play a DVD on that like it's nothing. It's in every movie, pretty much, TV show that you know and love is on that platform. So I don't know what this means for DVD, but I just can't believe Blu-ray might be gone. So, but anyways, it was very sad when VHS died. I was not a fan of that. I was like, VHS is actually gone? Oh my god! I remember that being like a big deal back in 2005. Hearing about it in the news, and it was around the time when Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith came out. And I think that was the last movie produced on VHS officially, but no, I remember that being like a big shocking deal to me. So yeah, that was a little sad. It was. And of course I have right here the whole Toy Story trilogy on DVD. All 3 films. I remember when we got this was a big deal. Back in, I think it was 2005 or 2004. Toy Story 10th Anniversary Edition, and I love this version of the film. It's got some cool stuff that Pixar included. And I think the enhanced picture new 5.1 stars. I think the film they like updated or something for this release. I remember hearing about that, and I don't know, but like it looks a little different than the original like VHS release. I think kind of like what they did with the Lion King Blu-ray. But I think so, but that's not quite the same because they obviously didn't like go out of the way to like edit everything. But no, I just remember that like it's like slightly different, but still like the same movie. I don't know. Obviously it's the same though. There's Toy Story for you. All right, moving on to what I want to talk about next. This is a very sentimental piece of physical media for me, and if it wasn't for physical media, it wouldn't have the same effect. So as I was saying, this film means a lot to me. It's very near and dear to my heart, and after I saw it for the first time, it changed me forever as a person. It did, and I was only 8 years old, and it didn't really fully register in my brain at the time, but I knew that this movie definitely, after I saw this, I was not the same person. And that movie is none other than Hayao Miyazaki's very own Spirited Away, the first anime film. Not the first, but the first like DVD anime film I've ever seen, the first Hayao Miyazaki movie, the first Studio Ghibli movie I've ever seen, the first piece of anime I ever watched that I took very seriously and personally, and like that changed me. And the only reason, or a big part of how we saw this movie, me and my 3 other siblings as kids, was that my dad, he's a dentist, and he's always worked with like people of different ethnicities and races, and mostly Japanese people in the area he works in. And so one of his coworkers recommended him to show this film to me and my siblings. And so he listened to her, and he brought home the DVD one night, and that was it. The rest is history. Now, I regret to say, and it breaks my heart, this is not my childhood copy of the movie. As you can tell right here in the beginning of the pack, this is not from 2002 or 2003. So you might be thinking, well, why? What happened to that copy? I didn't sell it. I didn't do anything shady with it. I actually gave it away to a near and dear friend of mine. So I'm not sure if he's out there watching this video, but his name is Bradley. And I'll never forget him. And it was 2014, and he was my best friend from this camp I used to go to called Kodiak. I've mentioned his story in a few videos, or I've mentioned these people and him. I've known Bradley from 2009 to that time, like, or to 10 to 2014 or so. And every summer I would see him, and we always were like bunked up in the same cabin pretty much, because like, the kids got assigned to different like cabins and whatnot. And he was usually my cabin mate. I think he was every year. I think so. And I haven't heard from him in like 10 years now, but I know he's doing well. I know a little bit about how he's doing. And before I left, I was 20. I was 20 years old, and I knew that was going to be the last time I think I ever really saw him, or at least the last time I would ever be at Club or Camp Kodiak. And I didn't know if I would ever see Bradley again or not. So we bonded, and I showed him Spirited Away, and he loved it. And we haven't finished the film yet before it's time to leave. I thought we would have time, but we didn't. And so I gave him my copy because he meant a lot to me. He was my best friend. He was one of my best friends, and I figured he should have it. Well, yeah. So I hope he has it to this day. I hope to hear from him again someday. And now I just have this copy that's a repurchase, which is okay, but that's the truth. So now you know. All right, next up is kind of a silly piece of media, but it's important to me. And this is from 2007 or 8 or whenever the heck this got released on DVD. I'm just looking at it. I think you can tell what it is without me holding it up yet. And that would none other than be this film. I know it's not a very good. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" or "What the hell?" But just bear with me, okay? Spider-Man 3. Yes, it's Spider-Man 3. I know. Spider-Man 3. Why in the world am I showing you guys Spider-Man 3? Well, this was the first movie that I personally can remember seeing and tearing up to. I know, it's kind of dumb. It is, but I was 13, maybe 12, when I saw this in theaters, and the ending when Harry dies, spoiler alert, it's an old film, you should know. You should have seen the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy if you haven't by now. These movies are iconic. It really bothered me. Again, I get emotional when it comes to best friends. So, that really bothered me, and I saw it with my dad. You know, again, my dad and I were the only two people to go. He just took me personally to go see it. Spider-Man 3, yes, in theaters. And I really liked this movie. I still like it to this day. Do I think the Sam Raimi trilogy is perfect? No, of course not. No, but do I like all three films? Yes, I do. I think they have a lot of heart and soul. And you know, Bruce Campbell famously, iconically said that Sam Raimi was like the perfect person to choose to direct the Spider-Man film, and he was kind of right about that. Nothing against the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I really, really do like Andrew Garfield, and I do like Tom Holland. I like all three of them. I think they're all fantastic. But Tobey Maguire will always be in my heart. He'll always be my Spider-Man, and I'm happy that like I have all three of them on DVD and Blu-ray. Like, it's not just this one movie, but I got this film for Christmas in 2007, and I'm so happy that I did. So, there's that for you. Alright. Moving on to something else. We're going to go backwards in time a little bit. Something else a little bit more iconic. I feel like talking about this movie because I have a couple of stories behind it. A Goofy movie. Yes, I know. But I really like this movie. It's not my favorite movie or anything like that, but I do want to talk about it. Specifically the DVD version, but we'll get to that in a minute. I used to watch the VHS as a kid a lot with my folks and my siblings. We love this movie to death. You're gonna see in the beginning of the video. I have like almost every Disney movie in VHS over there. But yeah, no, and then of course we saw the recent documentary. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Not Just a Goof or something. But it was good, and I watched it with my life partner. And we really liked it. We really liked the documentary, and I told my dad about it, and he fell in love with it. He thought it was great. He was like, "Wow, that was a really good movie." And I was like, "I told you." So there's that for you guys. But why specifically the DVD version here? Well, in 2015, I was at this trade school called MCTI, Michigan Career Tech Institute or something, and I was hanging out with a couple of friends at the time, a couple of college buddies. And I think it was a weekend night, so we could just shoot the shit and like do whatever in the dorm rooms. And one of my friends was like, you know what movie I kind of want to see? This. I haven't watched it in years. And I was like, okay. He just pulled it off my shelf that I had at the time there. And so we all like just sat down together and watched a Goofy movie. That's the story. So there you go. All right. Let's see. What to talk about next? So this next piece of media means a lot to me. This one is very big and iconic. I'm trying to make sure you can't see what it is yet. I really want to talk about this film, and it meant so much to me that I got to see this movie and I got to experience it, and it changed my life forever. I saw this movie at the age of 17. In fact, I got this film for my birthday at the age of 17. My dad, coming in to save the day, understood. He got it for me. And that film is none other than my first ever feature-length R-rated film that I've ever seen in my entire life. And it changed me forever. I was like, holy fuck, by the end of it. This movie is massive. And it will change you. It will change you if you've never seen it before. It feels very big and like adult and like, holy shit. Anyways. Yup. Katsuhiro Otomo's Akira. I have told the story before, I think in my Akira movie review, I don't know, but here it is. This is not the only copy I own. I have the film on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray twice, because I also own a steelbook of it, and 4K Ultra HD. This is my favorite movie of all time. I do want to own it on multiple platforms. That kind of reality is going to be dead for some people soon. That's very sad to think about, that you can't like buy a favorite movie on multiple platforms anymore as it comes out. Like art will never die. So it's just, damn, like the whole cancellation of physical discs thing is not just about video games. It's about films too. That's not a good thing. So that was 2011 for me. That was a long time ago, and I'm so happy that I got this movie for my birthday back then. I really am. Maybe it's 2012. No, it was 2011. I think so. I think it was. Yes, I do think so. 25th anniversary edition. Goddamn, beautiful movie. I'll never forget my first time experiencing it ever. Okay, so I have here with me four video games that I really want to talk about. Just checking my microphone. What the? Oh no. Good. Okay. 4 video games that I really want to talk about. That the 4 first video games I've ever played in my entire life on the Sega Genesis. And I've told the story in my Genesis video. It's on my channel if you want to check it out. My Sega Genesis story. From like least important to most important, kind of. Granada, an overhead tank shooter game, which isn't a bad game, but it's an interesting game. Road Rash 2, a pretty cool, fun, kick-ass game. And of course we have here the iconics, 35 years, guys, of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 right here. And yes, I do plan on buying the IM 8-bit re-releases, especially now with the announcement of what's going on. I keep talking about it. I wasn't going to buy them when I first saw that announcement. I was like, they're both $100, the IM 8-bit reprints of these games. Yikes. But now, seeing that physical media might be dead for good, I think it's worth every penny. Me personally. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I actually own them. But here they are. Yup. And yes, I actually grew up with these. These are not the versions that I literally had growing up, but like, these are not the actual copies. No, my uncle has them, I think, to this day. But these are the versions I had growing up. The resale copies. Right, because Sonic 1 and 2 have a not for resale version. No, I grew up with these ones. The ones that, like, you did buy at the store. So, very cool stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have little coins inside the cases. So, yep, I love Sonic 1 and 2. These games formed me at a very young age, from ages 4 to 8, pretty much, until another game hit my life that changed me forever, too. But Sonic 1 and 2, man, I love these games. These are my favorite games in Genesis besides Streets of Rage 2 and Beyond Oasis. I love these games. These games are so cool. Yeah, no, seriously. And Rent a Hero, that's a good one too. But Sonic 1 and 2, man, like, I have stories beyond stories to tell about these games I've told before. But, like, yeah, I love Sonic 1 and 2. I do. Alright. So, for now, I'm going to try to focus on media that I had from ages 4 to 10. My stuff's kind of disorganized, so bear with me, okay? All right. Okay, so next up I have here a ton of physical media things right here. I'm not going to say what they are, but just take a good look at the bottom here, and you might be able to tell what this is. Maybe you've seen the front cover of it already, I don't know. But here I'm talking about specific Nintendo GameCube games I played growing up with my life. And the first three that I remember us ever getting Christmas morning of 2002 or 2001, I was 8 years old. So I'm pretty sure it was 2002, which is kind of a shame, but because I thought it was 2001 this entire, like, for years. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's 2002. Was these three iconic games right here. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Super Mario Sunshine, and Mario Party 5. I love these games, especially SA2. This game definitely changed me for life. This is a lot of people's favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. A lot of people's favorite game in the series. It's not really my favorite, but I love this game. I love Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but like, and Sonic Unleashed and everything. But this game means a lot to me. And I prefer the PC version, which is digital, but that's okay though. That's Steam. That's a different... PC's completely different from the whole problem what's going on right now. Because you also got Epic Games and good old games, COG on there, and other platform and other like gaming platforms, not just Steam and PC. But that's... I'm getting off topic here. This game is amazing. This is the first Sonic game I've ever beaten at the age of 14. I love this game. I do. Mario Sunshine... sorry. Super Mario Sunshine is a lot of fun, but boy, was it hard to get into and finish. Very difficult game, but I love it. Lots of fun memories of Mario Party 5. This is pretty much the only Mario Party game I played growing up. I'm like in the super minority here on loving this game the way that I do. I think Mario Party 4 is a cool game too. I haven't played much of it, but this one's my favorite one in the series because it's the one I played growing up. I love this game, I do. And no, unfortunately, these are not the same copies I had growing up as a kid. I sold my entire collection back in 2014. So that was depressing, but it happened. So I had to rebuy everything, but that's okay though. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, a classic that I got for my birthday or Christmas when I was 8 or 9 or 10, somewhere around that time. My mom actually got me this game. So there you go, Mom. There's a point to you if you're watching this. I don't know. I forgot she did. My mom got me this game because she saw the character and she figured it's like a Sonic type of character, like a cartoony looking mascot character. I think Danny will like this game. She was right. This game is really, really cool. So thanks again, Mom. Thank you for giving me Ty. That was really nice of you. All right, moving on to... and she also got me these games too, I think. Sonic Mega Collection here and Sonic Heroes, but I forgot to grab Sonic Heroes. But she did. And I remember this game was in the Scholastic magazine. Scholastic, yes. I saw this game and Sonic Heroes, I swear to God, in a Scholastic magazine back in 2003, 2004, or 2 for school. And there was like a sweepstakes, or like maybe you could just get them for like a certain price. I think they're like $20 each or something. I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't buy them, but I got these games for my school. I swear to God it's true. I don't know, but they were there advertised. So this is the first time I ever played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I will never forget that or regret it. I remember seeing Sonic spinning around on the thing for the first time, being like, "It's in 3D, oh my God!" And my sister was like, "No, it isn't," and no, it's not, but like it's close enough. But I love Sonic Mega Collection. I do. It's a great game. It is. And then over here, oh yeah, okay, this is a classic too. Oops, sorry. This is a game that we never actually owned until like years later. I bought it for myself to own, like I do now. Luigi's Mansion. We actually rented this game from Blockbuster a lot growing up. And Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure DX. Sonic Adventure DX, Director's Cut, Smash Brothers, and Melee, and Luigi's Mansion. We all rented them from Blockbuster. And that was a good service to have at the time. Now, I didn't pay for that kind of thing at the time. My dad did, obviously. But, you know, it was so convenient just to have that. And that's another thing that we don't have in today's time anymore, is that going with your parent to a every weekend, every Friday night, just to check out a piece of media for yourself, for you and your family, to bond over like a movie or a game or something, and make it like an event. Get pizza, get soda, get like candy, and just make it like an event for you and your family. That's all kind of gone now. You can do that digitally nowadays, sure, but Blockbuster being gone is it is very depressing. It is. And for the fact that that's gone, and it kind of created a chain reaction to like where we're at now with the world a little bit. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's like a realization of how things kind of became. It's just kind of how things started, I feel like. So, but yep, good old Luigi's Mansion, great game. Fun times, good times. Lego Star Wars 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I love this game, primarily this one. I got this game for my 10th birthday, and I played the shit out of it. This is the first game that I ever 100%ed. I love this game. I think it is. It's one of the first ones, at least. The first one's okay. It's not as good as 2, I think. But they're both really great games. They are. I love The Wind Waker. This is the first Zelda game I ever owned, played, and finished, and I love it. It is such a great game. This game might be my favorite game on the GameCube. It is. This is my favorite game on. This is my favorite game on the Nintendo GameCube. There isn't really okay. Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle gets the honor as well, but this game is so phenomenally good. I love Zelda the Wind Waker. It fits right at home playing on the system. And people are like, what about the Wii U HD version? Yes, I love that version too. I do, but I'm very attached and nostalgic to this one. I am happy that's on Switch 2 and everything. I am happy that's there. But that can be taken away from you at any point. This, nope. This you can play it as long as your GameCube and disc are running, which is 9 times out of 10 very likely. This will always work for you. Like disc rot on GameCube discs, they're just like, what is that? On DVDs specifically, it's like not likely to happen, especially if you live in like a good, kind of area. But anyways, or like with like a good living situation. Whoopsie daisies! I got my copy of Monkey Ball here. I got this game for my birthday when I was 10. I think I was turning 10 years old. A good friend of mine named Andy, he got me this game. So thank you, Andy, for Super Monkey Ball 2. I think my mom had a hand in it. So she also got me that Sonic game over there. So thanks, Mom, for that too. I think my mom and Andy and his mom did kind of plan around it. What is this? Oh, a Best Buy receipt from the person who owned this before me. Oh, wow. This is old. Holy crap! I don't know if I should show this. Well, just really quickly, look at that. Woo, old ass Best Buy receipt. Look at that. Crazy that they're not even carrying movies anymore. Now soon they're not gonna. It's just shit like this, man. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is too fucking sad. Like, the world's got to go back a little bit. I think it will, but it's just gonna take time until it does. But goddamn. But anyways, like that kind of stuff's got to come back, right? It does. Super Monkey Ball 2. Great game. All right. It's hard as hell, but I love it. I love this game. I gotta keep playing it sometime. All right. Okay, I've got one more game from the pile that I almost forgot about that I really want to talk about here. This is a game that my siblings and I played a lot growing up. We thought it was insane. I still really like this game. I gotta play it again for the memories. I haven't really touched it since I was a kid, but I own it again. Burnout 2. Burnout 2 was a nostalgic hit for me and my siblings. I've really got to play this game again. It really, I love the menu music. I love the concept of it. I got to get back into this game someday. I keep seeing it and being like, that's right, I own this. Like, fuck, I got to play it again someday. I really, really, really do. So I just made a little pile over here of movies and TV shows that my parents and other family members got for me growing up from ages, 4 to 17 or 18 or so. Yeah, or roughly around that time. So that's what I want to talk about with one music album right here that I gotta mention. So first off is this movie right here. Actually, yeah, okay, this is the first one I'm going to talk about. I got this for my 9th birthday, 2003. That's roughly around the time when this movie came out, and I was obsessed with it. I wanted to own it and see it so badly. My brother and I loved this series growing up. It's Lego related, just so you know, but so epic and awesome. It still is to this day. Try not to laugh, okay? This is a really, if you do, it's okay. I don't care, because I know the series is epic. Bionicle, Mask of Light. Yes, this is a fun movie. It's a good movie. It is. I watched it fairly recently. I did. I was kind of getting back into Lego a little bit around, I think it was around January, February of this year. And I got the Optimus Prime set, and I was watching this movie again, and I was like, man, Bionicle's still so fucking cool. It is. This is the same movie I had as a kid. It's gotta be. I don't think I ever got rid of it. It feels like it is. I'm pretty sure this is the same film I had forever. My grandparents, I was at their house for my birthday that year for some reason, but I was, and this movie was there. I think they got it for me. I don't remember, but I got this movie and Lego sets from it. I got Takanuva, I got the little crab guy, and I got Makuta, and it was really, really cool. Like the main villain, the main hero, and the main hero is a little crab creature thing. So, yeah, Paku, I think I forgot the thing's name, but yep, Bionicle, awesome movie. It is. I like it, at least. Okay, moving on to these. Okay, hold on. First of all, let me move these here, and I'll do this. There we go. Okay, 2 iconic films that I watched again recently with my family, my life partner and kid. Shrek 1 and Shrek 2. I love Shrek 1 and 2. I love Shrek 1 and 2. I am looking forward to Shrek 5. I hope it's good. It looks kind of promising, and the trailer made me laugh. Ha ha ha. I liked it, okay? So, Shrek 1 and 2 here are very important movies that define DreamWorks, and they're cultural phenomenons. You know, they are. I actually knew this guy at work, one of my old jobs, that loved reading. He was very introverted, and he was really into, like, mythology. He was really, no. He was really into, like, medieval, like King Arthur stories and stuff like that. And it surprised me because I asked him, what's your favorite movie of all time? Just out of curiosity, because we were talking and bonding. He said it was Shrek. He said it was fucking Shrek. He had this movie right here. And I was like, really? That's your favorite film of all time? And he's never seen Shrek 2. The nerve of this guy. Like, seriously, watch Shrek 2, bro. I don't think he's out there watching this, but good movies. I love Shrek. I love Shrek 1 and 2. They're so good. Such great films. Classics. Yeah, they defined a whole generation. I remember everybody growing up loved these movies, and then Shrek became a meme, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, sure. But Shrek still holds up so well today. These 2 films do, at least. They do. They were such a big deal when they came out. They really were. Going toe-to-toe with Pixar, my God. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to talk about this now. No, wait, it's going to have to wait. So I wish off Toy Story. Growing up, I think up to like Wall-E pretty much, or Up. I think was the last one. I don't know. That's not good, but that's okay though. My siblings and my parents and siblings, bought pretty much every Pixar film on DVD, and this one we watched the hell out of growing up. This is the one that we loved the most. This one and Monsters, Inc., I think, which I do have Monsters, Inc., but I forgot to grab it. But it's such a great film. You know what? Actually, I'll just add it on here, because why not? I want to talk about these 2 movies right here. These are the 2 Pixar films besides Toy Story and maybe Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo I didn't watch too much, but these 2 I watched a lot, and so did my siblings. Monsters, Inc., which is a classic to this day, and The Incredibles. These are both fun films. I love these movies. I'm so happy that my dad got these movies. Or my mom, or both of them. But, yeah, I love them. And I said, because The Incredibles is missing its 2nd disc. That's how you know. This is the one I had growing up. Yep. So I'm going to have to get a 2nd one eventually. But, yeah, I love The Incredibles so much so that for some reason, when I was, like, I think I was in adolescence, like a preteen. I think I got a Mr. Incredible action figure at like a Disney toy store one day because I just wanted to. It was with his original blue suit, and like the little eye thing lit up. So, because why not? Fuck it. So there you go. I love Monsters Inc. Love The Incredibles. Great 2 films. Great 2 films right here. Okay, so yes, they were relevant to when I was growing up. Around a lot of these pieces of media that I'm talking about, I got around the time when they released. So keep that in mind. They're not like super old, so like when I personally got them. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So next up, I want to talk about. I'll save anime for later. I was going to talk about some anime. But first, I want to talk about these films right here, and where did I put it? Oh, wait, and this, yes, these 3 iconic films right here. So, around when I was turning between ages 16 to 17, yes, my dad got me these 3 movies, or sagas, or whatever, right here. Jaws, Back to the Future, which he got me the 25th anniversary one. I gotta rebuy that. And Jurassic Park. This is the same one he got me. This is the same copy of Jaws that I had. I don't know what happened to my Back to the Future 25th anniversary collection. I think I sold it for this, which kind of breaks my heart because it was such a cool ass like box set. I don't own it anymore. I gotta re-get it. It breaks my heart thinking about it. But I love these movies. I have Jurassic Park 1, and like a lot of... I don't have a 4K version of it. I don't know if there is one yet, but I do have it on Blu-ray. I do have other DVD releases of it. It's such a great film. I love Jurassic Park. And I love Jaws to death. This is the only release I have it, but this is the first time I ever saw it back in 2011. I think I got this next to Akira around that time, and I loved both films. It's such a great summer movie. I gotta watch it again this year. I got to at some point, but god damn, I love these movies. I do. Spielberg is like my favorite director, pretty much. Steven Spielberg is my favorite director. I also have Indiana Jones in here somewhere. I was gonna talk about it, but yeah, fucking why not? Here it is. I got Indiana Jones 2 as well. I have them on Blu-ray and DVD. All 4 films right here. Last Father's Day, 2025. My life partner, or I was gonna call her my wife. She took me and my kid out to go see Raiders of the Lost Ark. They were showing in theaters. And I thought that was great and awesome, and I loved seeing Raiders of the Lost Ark in theaters last year. We also saw Jurassic Park. In theaters in 2024, and that was great. But I was sitting there thinking, why this one, and why not The Last Crusade? That's about the dad and the son. That would have made way more sense. But I'm just glad that I got to see Raiders. It was great. It was a good time. It was a really good time. So, not complaining too much. But I think I got this with her. I think I did at a. When the hell did I get this? I think I bought this offline, I feel like. I don't know if I got this at a store. I'm hoping I did, but I think I did at a resale shop that go with her every now and then. But, right, so there's Indiana Jones for you. Okay, and Back to the Future and Jaws. Okay, so I gotta talk about this. This is super important to me as a person. It's super important to me for life. It's not the first physical format that I've ever owned of this particular show, or anime, I should say. Or it's one and the same. But it means so much to me. It impacted me for life. And I remember when these are coming out around the time when I got into this series. And I really want to talk about this. And I don't have just one, I have all of them. This is Dragon Box Z Volume 1, the North American release. Dragon Ball Z on DVD. That's what this is. Dragon Ball Z on DVD, but these are out of print, and this is the only good version to physically own in the United States of America pretty much ever, besides the original DVD singles, which there's so many of those. There's only 7 volumes, do not take a lot of shelf space. The only drawback is that they don't have the North American Toonami soundtrack on them, but that's okay. Dragon Ball Z, man, oh my god, Dragon Ball in the anime in general is the one exception that I have to being okay with watching something digitally, because it's, well, if you know the history, then I made a whole video about this already. You can go check it out. But really though, however, when you watch it digitally, the version I'm talking about, it's in your own control. Just look at Dragon Ball Cinemite, yes, and then you'll know what I mean from there. But yeah, I do love the Dragon boxes. I have all 7 of them, and I bought these right around when they're going out of print, because my dumbass got into Dragon Ball Z with the Orange Break season sets. Now, I was a kid. I was like 13 or 14 at the time, maybe 15 the oldest, and I didn't really know much about the problems they had at first. I actually found out on the internet, and I kind of tried not to care because of the well, I was a very new fan still. And I saw these at Best Buy. And I ignored them. I should have got at least a couple of them, but I didn't. So, shortly after they went out of print, these became my personal treasure hunt. So, the Dragon boxes to me are my most valued possession that I own. All 7, yes, they are. They feel like my own personal treasures, because I bought all 7 of them. I think I bought all 7 of them offline. Maybe I bought 1 or 2 of them in person somewhere. But yeah, but getting each one of them was such a big deal to me, and such a big milestone. Waiting every paycheck, waiting every moment I could afford it. It was a big deal. It was. And I bought them out of order. I think about 1 and 7 first, I think. And then 2 was the last one I got. Volume 2 was the final one, because it was so expensive. But I did get it. So I have all 7 of them. I've shown them off before in my video, so I love the Dragon boxes. I do. I don't watch them anymore though. I now watch the Cinemite version, because why wouldn't you? And then I think so. Dragon Ball Z was like the first big anime TV show I got into, right? So shortly after that, my dad and I went to Best Buy and we got these. One Piece Volume 1 and Fullmetal Alchemist, but not this version, not the Blu-ray. No, the original DVD like Volume 1 release that was out back in the day. I don't have them anymore. Now I have this, the complete version, and One Piece. And then shortly after I got this from my dad, I think this is, I remember, I swear to God, it was August of 2010 when I got this. I swear to God, I never forgot it. And it, much like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece changed my life forever too when I saw it. I love the show. This is the same Volume 1 I got back then. I've never sold my One Piece DVDs, ever. I never did. No matter what was going on with me in my life, no matter what financial debt I had, no matter what, no matter what the hell's going on with me, I always kept these. I did. So, this is the same Volume 1 I had way back in the day to now, and I can kind of, yep. Oh, please not tell me just run on these. I don't think so, but they do have some some of the art's coming off a little bit, but it's not that bad though. It's just like little blemishes. But don't you just love how time kind of like makes something that's like new but kind of all the times like if it's like a Zelda game or something like One Piece, because it's like historical fiction kind of, right? Like it should have that old look to it. So I'm kind of glad it does look kind of beat up and old because it's One Piece. But yeah, very, very cool that I still have this. And then I got this shortly after that. Volume 2, I think I got it for my birthday that year or next year. But yep, right afterwards I did. So that was pretty cool. So I just want to talk about that really quickly. And then another anime that changed my life forever is this beautiful show right here. And I want to believe this is the same DVD I had since I first got this show. Trigun with Vash's Stampede. I try to watch this show at least once a year. I kind of fail. Well, there's so many good animes I'm watching now, so I don't really have the time, but I love this show. This show changed my life back, I think, in 2012. Maybe since 2011, but it was on Netflix, so thanks to streaming a little bit here, but this is a very different time, okay, compared to now. So back then, when I saw this show, I was like, oh my god, I need to own this thing. And I did, and I bought it shortly after that. Like I said, I don't know if this is the same DVD that I had back then, but yeah, I need to watch Maximum. I have not seen it yet, but my life partner got into it. She likes it. My wife, she likes Trigun Maximum. I need to watch it. We're both big fans of this series, so I need to watch the new one still. I do, and I will. I will. So these DVDs right here are also the ones I bought for the first time. There's no way to hide these ones. I picked, you probably saw what they were already because I picked them up. But these ones mean a lot to me too. So one of these was a Christmas present. I don't remember how I got the first one, but I think Volume 2 and 3 are Christmas gifts, and Volume 4 as well. Batman, the animated series, all of them on DVD. Yes, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. And it's a show that I love dearly. That I got this series back in my middle school, high school days, and I watched this cartoon growing up. I didn't see every episode. Now I have seen every episode, and I got more into it. I have all the DC Universe animated stuff on my shelf over there. I have Mask of the Phantasm, Batman, Mr. the Batwoman, the Mr. Freeze movie, the Superman animated series, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, Justice League. It's all over there, all of it. So all thanks to this little cartoon right here. When I say I love Batman, this is what I'm referring to. The animated series right here. And I also own this, which I wanted. I don't know why I grabbed these. I just wanted to talk about them really, really quick because I was going to talk about Blu-ray and stuff and how important it is, but I have other examples to show. Apologies for that little weird edit if I put it in. I found it. The Dark Knight trilogy. These movies were coming out too during the era when I got those DVDs, so they're kind of synonymous to me. So I love all three films. I gotta sit down one day and watch these again. I need to. I haven't seen these movies in a good while, but I remember them fairly well. And when I say I gotta experience this certain thing again, I'm talking about this. Now I do have Plex. And I do, Plex is the best way to experience digital movies and shows, in my opinion, because it's within your control, right? It's the digital content that you own. But I also have Blu-ray players. I also have DVD players and 4K players, technically. So I really should just pop this in one night and just watch Batman Begins to The Dark Knight Rises all over again. And also that one animated film that they made. I need to watch that still. But check out the Dark Knight trilogy if you haven't. Epic stuff. It's super duper good. I love Batman. I really do. Okay, so this is kind of the last piece of media that has to do with my childhood that I own physically now that didn't really exist back then. So I bought this into my adulthood. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. This is kind of relevant to this. This is a show that I loved dearly growing up. That I watched every Saturday morning religiously. And I was going to make a big video about it, but that project got canceled. But that's okay, though. I'm going to talk about it here. The 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series. This box set existing, having this in my hand physically, is just jaw-droppingly crazy. If you know the history of this cartoon, you understand why that is. This show was treated like lost media, the complete thing. Not the show itself, but like the complete show. Like all the episodes were lost media for many, 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 many years. Like, I don't know if that was on purpose from 4Kids or like what, or Foxbox or whoever made this, but thank God everything's just here on DVDs. And the best part is that I can just take the DVDs on my computer and just take the episodes and put them on Plex. It's great. I freaking love it. I do. But the complete 2003 TV series and TV movie, Turtles Forever, is on here? Is that what it means? I think so. Yeah. And I already own Turtles Forever. I do. And I also want to talk about this. I have all of the Team and Team movies right here. I used to own just the first one and the CGI one separately, but now I have this little collection right here, so that's awesome. I love this movie. The first one specifically. It's also a life-changing film at a young age. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie collection. Yeah, good stuff, man. I'm so happy that I own these. I really, really, truly am. I am, truly. I'm so happy. So, this little soundtrack right here has a little bit to do with my dad. He loved the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack that he actually burned me a disc. I can't find it for the life of me, sadly. I'm pretty sure that's a story, and I got this at Toys R Us back when I was working there, back around when they were shutting down, and this isn't the only thing I got. So, I also got these right here from Toys R Us. Yes, I swear to God, I got these both from there. Star Wars The Force Awakens, the movie, and the soundtrack. I gotta watch the movie again, too. I kind of like Force Awakens, and I feel bad for this movie because it had a really good thing going. It started off like a really good project from Disney and Lucasfilm and James and J.J. Abrams and everything, and then they just botched it with the other two films. And same thing with Rogue One. It had a good start, but then it's like, nope. But yes, I own these still. I don't have the other two films because they're garbage. Those ones could get lost of time. I do not care. Sorry, apologies to Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher because they were in it, and it's a shame that those movies turned out the way they did. I know they're not a fan of them either, 100%, but still, it is what it is. Oh, and of course Daisy Ridley and the other cast members. They all deserved better. But here's Force Awakens on CD. Yes, I own the soundtrack. Look at that. Look at that awesome album art. I fucking love it. Like, look, I think it's the Millennium Falcon. Oh shit, being chased by I forgot what those ships were called from the film, but yep, TIE fighters I think. But yep, pretty cool stuff. I love it. That's gonna be lost forever now. Jesus Christ, Sony, what the hell are you doing? Look, I don't mind if the PS6 is an all-digital console. I don't care about that. I just care about, physical disc in general just dying. Another company could make their own proprietary disc format for films, but then what about the history we've had for the past 20 years with Blu-ray and DVD? That's so unfortunate to think about, but it is what it is. Well, maybe they'll figure out something, I'm sure, soon. I think somebody will. I don't know. So that's kind of everything that I can think of that I had growing up. No, wait a minute. There is one more exception, I think. I don't remember exactly when I got this game, but my mom, again, coming to save the day, got me this game. I think it was Christmas of 2013. I don't think it was 2012. So it's a little bit of a sad story, but here I have Secret of Mana on Super Nintendo. again, this is talking about the memory behind it. So I was not expecting her to buy me this game. She bought it for me complete in box. Complete in box, guys. From Amazon. And I think it was like $100 or something. That's crazy. Breaks my heart that I sold it away for money at the time. I was going through a really tough time in 2014. It's not a good story to mention ever publicly, but yeah, I thought my life was over at the time, and it wasn't, thankfully. So that's a big part of why I did it. But no, I'm so thankful to my mom for buying me the original copy that she did. I'll never forget that, being surprised that Christmas morning having this game. And there's another game that I also had that morning that I have over here somewhere that I want to talk about on a certain platform. Here it is. Shovel Knight on the Wii U, physically, yes. I don't want to talk about the Wii U too much, but there are two games I want to talk about here. Shovel Knight and Splatoon 1 specifically. Why the hell am I bringing up these two games? Well, for one, Splatoon, to this day, is still an exclusive on that console. Nintendo has yet to re-release it on the Switch or Switch 2. Kind of crazy, so again, just another physical example of showing you why physical is important, right? Because this is the only system you can get it for. And having this game physically is just so goddamn cool. It really, 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 really is. So thanks again, Mom, for that. And I got the amiibo. I don't know if I got it that morning. I never beat Shovel Knight. I got to get around to playing the whole game someday. But yeah, like, I'm so happy that I had this game. So thanks again, Mom, for that. That was really, really cool of you. So, yep, awesome. So I guess both my parents should be credited at the beginning of this video, but it is what it is. I'm sorry about that. Okay, all right. So I gotta talk about this next. Okay, so these two games, I played these games back in summer 2013. Is when I got my first debit card. And I feel like a fool for doing this, but my dad put $500 on it to give me a start in life. And I think I got a job, or I just got hired somewhere recently around that time. And immediately I bought myself a Sega Dreamcast, and I think a PS3 Fat, to play every single PS1 and 2 game and 3 game that I could get my hands on at the time. But I gotta talk about Shenmue here. Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. And how I got them for the first time. And yes, it's the Xbox version. I'm so sorry to the hardcore fans that grew up with the PAL Dreamcast version. Don't you fret. I now own every version of Shenmue 1 and 2, but I don't have the PAL copies anymore of Shenmue 1 and 2. I want to rebuy them. I do plan on doing it someday. I do. But no, I had the original Xbox version first. I'm still playing through it again. But this version is not very good. But it's not bad, because it's still Shenmue 2. Shenmue 2 is an amazing game. It's just, these games are supposed to connect with the save data. It is physically impossible to connect to this game's port to this game's port. So, but no, Shenmue changed my life forever. It did, and I will never forget it. And I got it for the Sega Dreamcast back in summer of 2013. And I'll never forget that. And then Christmas of 2014, my cousin Jake gave me his original Xbox, and I got to play this on it. So, amazing times, amazing memory. I love Shenmue. I do. Changed me forever. Truly did. Okay, so moving on to the video. It is a new day for me. I had to take a little break, but I'm back to filming this. Not a big deal. If there's an awkward little transition, I apologize in advance. Not sure. But next up, I want to talk about my earliest memories of getting into PlayStation. Yes, ironically enough, it's around 2013 when I was 18, around, again, the time when I got that card my dad gave me. I bought a PS3 Fat, and immediately these were like the first 3 games I think I got were these right here. But I'm specifically going to talk about the first one I got before I get into the other ones, because this game is the whole reason why I got even into PlayStation as a brand to begin with. It's a very iconic game on the system, not a very popular game, but one that if you know it, you know. And PewDiePie is a big shout out / thank you to even helping me discover this game. And I was like, what have I been missing out on? Like, PlayStation's got some unique stuff on it that I really want to check out that I never knew about. This is just the beginning. Heavy Rain. Quantic Dream's very own Heavy Rain. This is one of my favorite video games of all time. I know this game is kind of a meme and a bit of a joke to some people out there, but it generally is my 5th or 6th, maybe not 4th, but like my 5th or 6th favorite video game ever made, and it's very important to talk about it. And then when I picked this game up at the GameStop, I think is when I first got this game, getting a PS3. The dude there is hyping up another game. He was like, "Oh man, you got to get Uncharted. Such and such is such a big Uncharted fan." Like the two coworkers, they were goofing around about it, and I was like, "I'll check it out." I love these games. I played all 4 of them. I also played the one on PlayStation Vita, which is like a prequel to the first game, but it's also like it has no effect on anything relating to Uncharted. It's like a pointless game, really. You don't have to experience it, but I played it because I like experiencing with everything. I am trying to get to Lost Legacy, but like Judgment in the RPG/Yakuza games, it's kind of hard for me to get into it a little bit. I'm like, I don't know if I'm playing this because like I'm not playing as the main protagonist character. Or it's not just that, but I'm not playing as a character that I really care about too much. You know what I mean? That's kind of the feel I have for it. But that's okay though. But anyways, Nathan Drake's a great protagonist. I did love this game. And yeah, no, Uncharted's a classic. These are not the same copies I got, but this is the same copy I've had since at least 2017. I remember when I first printed out this cover, someone who I cared about told me that they really liked it. So this is not the official cover of the game. It's a custom cover, but I think you can get it on the Cover Project if you want to print it out. Again, another win for physical media right there. And then this game right here is kind of ironic to everything that I'm talking about. It's a little bit of physical and digital. It's one of these games on the PS3. There's another one like this, I think, released in Japan called Rain, and I actually recently installed it on my PS3. I'm really enjoying Rain. It's really good. But anyways, this game right here, Journey. Yeah, Journey. Journey is a classic. This game was really hyped up too, but it comes with 3 games in one. Flow, Journey, and Flower. This is a huge advantage to having physical media, and the developers knew that, and that's why they put the games on the official physical release of Journey. They put Flow and Flower on there as well. All 3 games are great. I think I have beaten Flower. I think I did, and I beat Journey, but I haven't beaten Flow yet, if you can even finish that game. But yeah. Oh, that's right, and there's some other mini games on here too that I gotta check out later. But yep, another great experience. And this game right here, I think is the very first video game I ever pre-ordered in my entire life. And I kind of hated it because I beat it in like a day or 2. So I felt kind of cheaped out. Plus, I wasn't a big fan of the story or the direction of the game. But playing this game in today's time, after all these years later, I played it again fairly recently. And now I really like this game. I do. I've grown to really appreciate it and like it, and kind of, even kind of love it for its story and its characters. But back then when it first came out, I just didn't. I don't know what got over it. I don't know what I don't remember why I hated this game when it first came out, but I just wasn't a fan of it. Maybe because I beat it so quickly, I was expecting myself to. But that will be Beyond Two Souls. Yes, Beyond Two Souls with Ellen Page, or Ellie Page as he's known now, and William Dafoe, my boy. Yes, they're both in this game. I really like this game. It's another Quantic Dream classic. I love every Quantic Dream game. And there's another iconic one coming up that I'm going to talk about soon. But these 2 games are super cool. I love Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. And you can get these 2 games plus Detroit Become Human on the PS4 physically if you want to pick it up. Super cool stuff. I love these games. I do. They're enhanced versions, but I prefer the original PS3 releases for me for nostalgic reasons and because it just helps the PS3 feel like a powerhouse system, which it is. And of course, this is the game that pretty much saved the console. I believe, I remember, I don't think I got this game at launch because I was still in high school when it came out, maybe, or it was coming out around the time after I graduated. So, I put this game out though shortly around its time or after it came out. I don't think I pre-ordered it. I think I just bought it like on a whim. I don't even think I paid full price. I think it was like 30 or 40 bucks when I bought it. The Last of Us. Yes, I have the original PS3 copy. I also have the remastered version of PS4, but it's not with me right now. It's with a family member. Again, another advantage of physical copies. You can give games to people. But anyways, I love The Last of Us. This game's a classic. But it's kind of a one-and-done playthrough game, kind of like Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. But games like these, I still like. Even if it's story-driven, I still have to play it again in case there's something you miss, or if you want to try like another challenge mode. I do. So, but that's just me though. But The Last of Us is a good game. It is. It's very overhyped, but I still really like that game. And of course, this iconic series right here, which got me really into PlayStation in general. And these are like 4 of my favorite games of all time now. The Metal Gear Solid series. This right here is the Legacy Collection with a custom art that I got offline in 2 separate cases. This was originally the PS3 release of Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, I just haven't got around to playing this version yet because I'm also playing a PS4. It's complicated. But no, I've decided to... Yep, there you go. This is the Legacy Collection. So this is MGS4 and the first 3 games, I believe. Yes, on this disc. Yep. Well, Metal Gear Solid 1 is a digital code that came with this, but this is during a very different time though, right? So the PS3, you should definitely modify one if you have it or jailbreak it, and definitely download whatever you can on the darn thing when you get the chance to. But anyways, this is the Legacy Collection, and I absolutely love it. I love this franchise. Metal Gear Solid is so epic. MGS4 is definitely one of my favorite games on the PS3 in general. I love it. I love it so much after I played it. So this is a little bit random, but I was going to talk about these two games later in the video, but I might as well just talk about them now. I picked these two games up recently. One of them is unfortunately a game key card, but at least I have the thing physically. The other one is more of a game I wanted to exist for years, and we finally have it. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream and Pragmata. They both came out around the same time. And yes, I have the Switch 2 port because I don't see why not. I was going to get it for the Xbox, and then for some reason I was like, no, I'll get it for the Switch 2. I think because I've got the demo game on Switch 2, and I was like, I'll just get that version. So that's why I picked it up. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the original 3DS release for Tomodachi Life. I'm so happy that we got this game finally after all these years later. And a lot of fond memories of Tomodachi Life. It's a silly game. Oh my god. I still need to make a part 3, don't I? Well, I might get around to it one day. I don't know. I forgot all about that. You probably forgot about it too until I said something if you didn't see my videos, but yeah. Alright, moving on to something else. So this is also a recent pickup. Movies that were highly recommended to me by the Happy Constant Gamer or Johnny Millennium. Police Story 1 and 2 starring Jackie Chan. These are fun films, action movies, and there's also there's another one. There's one where he dresses up as there's a movie where Jackie Chan wears a mascot costume of Arale, Akira Toriyama's signature iconic fictional character before Goku. So that's a big deal, and I think he's the same character in that film, but it's not titled Police Story 3 or prequel, but it's in the same universe. I'm fairly confident that's correct, because I watched the movie oh wait, he's the same character as he was in Police Story in this movie. That's interesting. So, but these are awesome movies. I don't know how you personally feel about Jackie Chan as a person. There's some weird stuff going on with him, but man, he's a legend though. Despite his weird political beliefs now, unfortunately, I still have a lot of love and respect for him. I do. This one is also, I bought this guy back in 2017 or 18 from that same store where we got the other stuff I was talking about. And before I show it off, I actually want to grab a few other films here. One moment, please. Other versions of this movie. Yeah, that I really want to talk about. Hold on, please. So yeah, okay. This is a pickup that my life partner / wife / fiance / person and I think we bought this together. Maybe I bought this one day. I think she was with me when I got this. I can't remember. But it was at the same exact store that we used to shop at. The Star Wars Trilogy, the DVD release that comes with both the special editions and the theatrical release. Yes, this comes with both versions. Comes with this tin can release box set, this metal case. Comes with the trilogy, right? Here it is, but disc 2 of each film has the original film release. Now they're in a scrunched 4x3 letterbox version. It's kind of shrinks as your TV, but you can just adjust the settings if you want to watch it that way. But I have better versions than just this. But I picked this up for archive reasons, right? And for legal physical media reasons. And I'm so sorry I just hit the microphone doing that. I was not thinking. I apologize in advance, so I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. There we go. Yes, the microphone's my cell phone, God forbid. But anyways, I also have this right here. I picked this up years before that. My dad actually bought this for me around the time, I think, before Force Awakens came. Well, it was definitely before that. It was it was 2010-ish. I think it was 2012 maybe. But I don't know why I wanted to own this so badly, because this version got bashed a lot when it came out. But I love the artwork. I wanted to get this for the artwork for each film that they showed off, and plus I didn't have all 6 movies yet. And for the prequel trilogy, this release is great, sure, but I like both versions of the original trilogy, the special edition version, and the original theatrical cut. I think a lot of people do. That's not the problem. It's okay. Well, episode 6 is the worst offender. I'm not a big fan of episode 6's changes, but Episode 4 and 5, though, are Star Wars and Empire, like A New Hope and Empire. Those changes don't bother me too much. The ones they make for those films. Oh, except for the Han Solo thing. Okay, maybe that one. But anyways. It doesn't matter to me too much because for a few reasons. One, the original Star Wars movie is coming out in theaters next year, and I really want to see it, and we'll make it my last mission to go ahead and see that. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. And for two, I own other versions of the movie already. I own the theatrical cuts right there, and I own these. I know these are not technically legal, I guess, but they also kind of are. It's complicated. This is the Hammy's despecialized version of Star Wars on Blu-ray that I own. I do own these, yes. Here they are. These are real. You can buy these, but be careful doing it because they're out of print, I think, and it's hard to find them. But it's a very, very real thing. And I also own the films right there, too, legally, so in two different formats. Plus, I have the original trilogy on VHS up over there. So, there it is. Yep. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, in case you couldn't tell. Specifically for the original 6 films, obviously. I haven't really seen much beyond this. I've only really seen... I don't really watch the shows on Disney Plus, especially not now, because I don't have any more. After this month, I won't have any more. After July, I personally will not have a Disney Plus account again until we know that physical is saved. So, right, until physical is good to go, I'm not gonna support digital for as much as I can, as much as humanly possible for myself, moving forward. So, that's me though. Okay, so I just want to show that off. All right, speaking of Star Wars, this is another film trilogy that I wanted to own this specific box set and version for years. You can tell what it is without me even having to reveal it. These are iconic movies that I have talked about on this channel, at least in one other video before this one. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended edition versions, the Blu-ray release. Look how badass this physical release of these films are. Look, it's like a big fat book. You got the actors right there. You got the map of Middle Earth. You got the Blu-rays right there. But this is one of those examples. This, unfortunately, has a similar Achilles heel like the Dragon boxes do, or the Orange Brick Dragon Ball Z season sets, right? Where it's like, even though it's physical and it comes in a nice collector's edition with this nice art on it, and the Star Wars Blu-ray over there, doesn't mean it's perfect, especially for Fellowship of the Ring. It's mostly Fellowship of the Ring. I think Two Towers and especially, okay, Return of the King doesn't get altered and messed with at all whenever it gets released, which is great, because this is like probably definitively the greatest film ever made in the history of ever, maybe, but I love it. At least for a third film it is. And Fellowship, though, this is the version they released that has like a weird green tint over it when you're watching it. So there is a 4K digital version that you can download for free that's color corrected. That's incredible. Of course it's fan made. It's not official. Of course it isn't, right? Like, what the fuck? Okay, anyways, that kind of thing just bothers the hell out of me and you, I'm sure. So I do have that version on my hard drive, so I'm good to go there. But at least I have the films physical and forever to watch if I want to. It will always fucking bother me, though, that this version has that green tint. But we also have the original DVD releases that don't have any of that nonsense, which I could pick those up, and I should. I should do that soon. But for now, I have this. So I love The Lord of the Rings, and I remember seeing this. I think I saw this at Best Buy back in 2016. I was working there. I didn't pick it up, but I did buy this off eBay or Amazon a few years back, and I haven't sold it since. I'm going to keep it for life. So there you go. Physical wins. And of course, right here I have two of my favorite movies of all time. Blade Runner 1 and 2, 2049. Two incredible films right here. I don't remember when I got these. I just want to talk about them and show them off because I love Blade Runner. And I remember when I saw Blade Runner, I saw both movies in theaters. Oh my God. That was, okay, so those are the stories I should tell. Going a little bit backwards. So back in 2017, this movie came out in theaters and I fell in love with it. It was like watching a live action anime movie done right. It had like the same vibe as like Ghost in the Shell or Akira or Cyberpunk Edge Runners, obviously. But this is before Cyberpunk was even like, before that franchise was a franchise. But really, you know what I mean. But this movie is perfect. It's such a good film. I haven't met a single person who hates it, who's seen it. It's so good. But my sad reality, when I saw this film in theaters, my wife and I, or she was my girlfriend at the time, went to go see it. The theater's practically empty. There was nobody there, and it really upset me and broke my heart. And I think we saw it. I don't know if you saw the weekend premiere, like when it first came out, but we saw it shortly after it was in theaters. I think like a week or two later, maybe. Not even. I think it was like only a few days later, and nobody was there. And I was like, what the fuck? It was very sad. And I saw this movie in theaters with a dear friend of mine who Right. So, and that was awesome at the Redford Theater that we got to see together. And there was this woman there, an actress who's dressed up like I forgot her name. Fuck the main girl. I forgot the main girl. It was not Rebecca or Rose, but it's like some R name. Oh, I forgot. How could I forget her name? I know the main character's name is Richard Deckard, I think, or just Deckard. And how can I forget the girl's name? The main female. Oh my god. I feel like a jackass for not knowing. Well, anyways, that was cool. Okay, moving on to other physical media releases I want to talk about. This is an epic trilogy of a show, 3 seasons right here. I'm trying really hard not to get revealed that I grew up watching, and I never saw the whole show until I owned all 3 seasons, or should I say books. I bought these shortly after I came out of high school. Or during that time, I think I was in high school. I used to buy, I think I bought all 3 of these in FYE at 12 Books Mall or something. But Avatar, The Last Airbender, this is debatably the greatest cartoon show ever made in like Western media history. Some people out there even claim this is the best anime ever. That's going a little far. But like anime and Western animation, it's the same. Like anime just means animation. It's not like it shouldn't even be defined as a genre. It's just Japanese animation at the end of the day. But this is such a great, iconic, perfect series. It's so goddamn good. I love Avatar. I do. And man, I will never forget like watching the show for the first time. It was so phenomenal. And I need to watch these again someday on DVD. I have the whole thing on Plex, and I have the new movie because fuck you Paramount. Of course I do. And I also have the Legend of Korra and everything, and I have on DVD. But I need to watch this again someday. I do, and I should. I should. And then these guys, I also bought these around 2012 to 2016-ish era. I don't remember when I first got this show, but it was shortly after I watched Dragon Ball Z. It was shortly after I saw From the Alchemist and Trigun, and shortly after I saw a few other good animes. That would be Yu Yu Hakusho, and I have the whole thing on Blu-ray. I do own the steel books, but these are my original releases. I was going to give these to a friend of mine. That ship has sailed. He has his feelings about me now, but things might change with that. Life is uncertain. You never know. But right now, we're not in a good spot. So it's a shame. But I hope one day, I still hope to one day give this to him as a gift. But that time, right now, seems unlikely. But this is such an iconic anime. If you've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho before, please do. It's very underrated, but a lot of people talk about it. A lot of Toonami kids that I've met love this show. People who grew up with Toonami know what this is, which blows my mind. But yes, it is iconic. It's really, really good. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Check it out. So good. And I finished it in 2016. That ending, that finale really impacted me. It felt larger than life. It still does to this day. This is just another cool little DVD release. These two right here, which I want to talk about. I don't quite remember when I got this movie, but I just love this physical DVD box set release of it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? This is an iconic film by Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg. And just look at that. This kind of stuff will be gone in time. Like, look at this. You can just open it, and it comes like a little card and shit. That's so effing cool. Like, none of this is necessary. Like, there's people out there who might get this who just like, I just want to watch the damn film. But this is for people who really love this movie, who like really impacted them. And I know movies that are like this don't get really made today too, but that chance could happen. There could be a film, right, that's not like a generic superhero movie that gets made today that's impactful. I mean, like Obsession just came out. That seems like a really good movie, and I don't know, I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, but that's just a example I can think of that has nothing to do with superheroes. It is a horror film, but it's a unique one, right? That if you get the physical release of it, it should come with something cool. Like, I don't know. It's just a random example. Just a random example. But I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This movie's a classic. I think I got this movie back in 2010. I'm pretty confident my dad did buy this for me. I don't remember at all how I got this. I might have bought this myself offline. I just forgot about it. I honestly don't remember. I wish I could. But this one I remember. So that same college or trade school that I mentioned earlier, it's called MCTI. A buddy of mine was selling 4 or 5 movies to me, and I think he just wanted $20 for all of them or something, and in cash, I paid him. This is one of those movies. Pulp Fiction. I love Pulp Fiction. I think I saw it before. He loaned it to me. I think I watched this on Netflix or something. Like, it was streaming. I think so. This is obviously one of my favorite movies of all time. It's really there's only like 3 or 4 Quentin. Oh my god, I can't even say his name. Oh my god, Quentin Tarantino. There you go, Quentin Tarantino films that I've seen. So this is one of them. And there's a cut of the film that's in like chronological order of events. I think I have it in my hard drive. I just haven't watched it yet. But yeah, it's a real thing. I was gonna make it myself, and I found out that Cooper fans already made it, and I was like, oh shit, I want to watch it. I should get around. I should get around to that. But if you've never seen an R-rated film before, that feels R-rated, besides maybe like Akira, check this movie out. It's so good. This movie feels kind of adult too, because a lot of crazy shit happens in there. Plus, it's a gangster movie, so. But it's really good. Please check it out. It's iconic. It's a big deal. It is. So I wasn't going to talk about Wii games really, but I think I have at least 1 or 2 in here that I want to talk about. Actually, we'll get back to this one later. So really quickly, just like the GameCube section, I want to talk about the Xbox 360 games that I grew up with. Right, starting off with this big iconic one right here, Sonic 06. Motherfucker. Sonic 06, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I've had one for years. Now I kind of really like this game. I mellowed the hell out. I got behind it. I can actually play this game and like it now. Who knew, right? I can't believe it either. You might be like, really? Yes, really. I don't think this game is as bad as a lot of people try to make it out to be. But again, another advantage of fucking physical media, you can do cool shit like that. Look, that's not part of the cover art. I put that in there. Little 15th anniversary sticker. Yep. But because I meant to put it on the front cover, but now I was like, it's too big. So I was like, I didn't know the sticker was gonna be that huge when it came in the mail. So I put it in here, and it fit perfectly behind the disc. But no, when this game first came out, I did not own it. I rented it from Blockbuster like a few times. This is the first game that ever enraged me when playing it, and it's kind of the last one. I never got that mad at a game ever again like I did with this one. But I was so angry. This is embarrassing. So I didn't break anything, but I got really close to. Right? Normally, like, I didn't have the best life growing up. Even if it kind of seems like I did, I didn't. Like, I do have issues with some stuff that happened. But anyways, you know, video games were supposed to be like a good outlet to help yourself decompress and escape from reality, all that jazz, right? So with this game, when I got it, or played it and rented it every week in a Blockbuster, I was at Crisis City. I made it that far in the game. The Crisis City speed section, the max speed section, right? The flame level, whatever, the flame level. I was like 13, maybe 14 when this happened, okay? And I really didn't want to tell the story, but I should anyways. I think I was 13. Yeah, because I rented this game when I was 12. I believe I was. Yeah, so maybe I was just 12 years old. Maybe I wasn't even 13 yet. I don't remember, but I was playing my older brother's Xbox 360. I didn't have my own yet. Aren't I lucky that I got one eventually? I think it was 2010-ish when I did. But I really regret this because I didn't want to do this, but I was just so angry at that damn level that I raised up my hand. I just slammed the console. I hit the Xbox 360 as hard as I could. And my brother was right there because it was in the basement, and his room was like right there. And thankfully he went easy on me. It wasn't like, you know, and he was like, you gotta stop playing that game or chill out, dude. This is not okay. And I'm like, you're right. And I listened to him, and after that I took a big break from this game. And I was like, I don't think I really care about finishing this, which kind of depressed me because I loved Sonic growing up and I loved playing every game. And I haven't beaten a single Sonic game yet, but I really wanted to see what this game had to offer. And it's challenging, just the way it was designed really kept me from seeing that. But over time, I got better at the game. Now I can play it like it's nothing. No more slamming 360s, right? So I felt so bad for doing that. Thankfully, my brother's 360 was okay. He eventually got a new one, but it wasn't because of me. It was like a year and a half later he got the Slim. But no, I actually like this game now. So, yeah. I was just a kid, though. You know, we all make mistakes and shit. So, but it still bothers me that happened. And then this beautiful game came out shortly after that. I loved Sonic Unleashed. This game did not make me as mad as 06 did. I also grew up with the Wii version, and I love both of them. But I think I have the Wii version. I just didn't bring it out. But Sonic Unleashed is a great game. It is. This is very iconic. It's grown on me a lot over time. IGN, man, and their fucking history of this game. It's just so funny to think about, and also kind of infuriating, but I love Unleashed. I really, really like this game, and it's definitely one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. And I remember when I first saw this game online and everything, I'm like, because they revealed Supersonic so early on, right? Like at the beginning of the game, and in the game's trailers, they were showing off Supersonic and everything because he was kind of a secret in the series a little bit up until this point. But like most people, I feel like, I don't know, he still kind of is. Like, you have to know Sonic to know what Supersonic is, because, well, for the fact that he's in a feature-length film now, I think everyone should know what Supersonic is. But anyways, I stupidly thought Hypersonic was going to come back. I did. I was like, we're going to get High Performance again. I think we will, because they're showing off Supersonic like it's nothing. I wonder. No. Even Sonic Frontiers barely gave us a new thing for like that. I like Supersonic too, and the Cyberform. And it made me think about it, and I was like, we don't really need a Hyperform. Just give us something new and unique. And they did, and I'm glad that Sonic Team did that. So that was really cool of them. But anyway, Sonic Unleashed, cool game. I love Chip. Or like Gaia, I loved Professor Pickle. I liked the Werehog. I don't like the concept of the Werehog. I think it's just stupid, but playing as the Werehog is fine. The gameplay part is actually pretty neat and good and cool, and I like it, but I just don't like that the version of the character exists. But now, he's kind of been embraced after all this time later, because he was like a one-and-done deal kind of thing, so the fanbase kind of like... I've always kind of felt okay with the Werehog, especially now, but I've also wasn't at the time, but whatever. Anyways, moving on, talking about other games. So, I kind of jumped around a little bit. This was the first big true video game I ever got into and played in my entire life. This game means a lot to me and my older brother. In fact, I think this is his favorite game of all time. And I showed it off in my previous two videos, or well, before this one, about having this game physical. The remaster or remake that came out just last year. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. What a classic. I love this game. I still haven't beaten it. But that's okay. This is the first true, major, huge open world video game I ever played and fell in love with. And this game too. Fable 2 as well. Yes, Fable 2 is a game I got really into back in high school, and Oblivion, and I love them both dearly. I beat Fable 2 and 3. I haven't beaten 1 yet, but I'm replaying Fable 2 and 3 to finish them because I lost my old save data from way back in my youth. But yeah, no, these are great games. I love Oblivion and Fable 2. Two classics on the Xbox 360, for sure. For sure. All right, moving on to another major game. Well, okay, first of all, I want to talk about this game right here. This is the first way how I ever beat, you already know what that game is probably, so that's okay though. This is the first version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 I ever beat with my best friend Tony. And it's kind of synonymous to the other game I want to talk about. Because I beat this game and this game that same night, Halo 3. Now, Sonic's Ultimate Just Collection is very cool and everything, and I'm glad that this came out and existed, and this game opened my eyes up more to Sega and the Genesis, and this game inspired me to rebuy a Sega Genesis back in high school. I think I was 14 years old. My dad bought one. It came with Aladdin, Mini League Football, Sonic 1, 2, and 3, I think, and a few other games, but that was really cool of him. I don't have that unit anymore. The Genesis I have now is the one I've had for the past 10 or 11 years of my life, but that one's long, since 2016, but that one's long gone. But yeah, I love Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. What a cool game. I got popped this in sometime later, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2, beat it for the first time that night, and of course, this legendary game right here, specifically the collector's edition of Halo 3. I made a whole video about this story already on the channel. It's called My Halo Story. Check it out when you get a chance to. I don't want to get too much into it here, but that story has already been told, of how I discovered Halo, or how my older brother, this was his copy. And yeah, I love Halo 3. This is like the first Halo game I ever played and finished and love, and it's just so good. It's so goddamn good. I'm hoping the best for the future of the series, but at the same time, it is what it is, right? I don't really care anymore. Whatever happens in Halo happens, because I'm kind of, like, it's kind of like, what's the point a little bit? So, which is kind of depressing, but it's like, yeah. And it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. All right, next up I want to talk about a video game that I discovered digitally, for the first time when I was a child, back in 2008, 2009, just scrolling through the Xbox Marketplace store, and this game's world and its premise, its atmosphere, and its uniqueness just intrigued me to check it out and play it. It's an original Xbox game, and it's also on PC. Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. This, and I talked about Dreamfall a little bit in my last video. I was going through my Steam games. This is such an underrated franchise. Not a lot of people talk about Dreamfall, but it's such a cool little series with like a unique creative world. It feels like a fantasy sci-fi storybook world come to life in a video game. That's kind of what it is. And there's 3 of them. And they're really cool, unique games. And I kind of get why nobody talks about them, because there really isn't. It's kind of just one. Oh, but it won Best of E3 2004. Well, there you go. Best of Show E3. Okay, so it won a ton of awards, right? So that's one reason to check it out. I like Dreamfall. Kind of like Siberia on the original Xbox. Both 2 really cool games that I personally highly recommend. But it's so nice to own this game physically, finally, to play through it myself. I'm pretty balls deep into this game. I'm almost near the end of it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a great game. I love Dreamfall. So I'll never forget that. Just my childhood curiosity checking this game out and being like, I should buy this game for real. And I did, and now I have it. So, awesome stuff. Good stuff. Okay. All right. Okay, so I wasn't going to talk about Wii games, but these 2 games I got to mention. For 2 different stories and reasons behind why. Super Mario Galaxy and The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. But I experienced these 2 games backwards. Right, so I got really into Zelda around 2012, around 2011, 2013. I think this is one of the first video games I ever purchased myself. I remember the day I bought this game. I was at a GameStop, right, and I wanted to get it, and thankfully it came with everything, like the soundtrack and everything, but this is not the same copy I had back then. But, and they included, or I purchased at least a little Wii Motion Plus adapter separately. This is my first ever Wii Motion Plus game I experienced, and I really like this game, kind of. I 100% this game on this version. I'll never play it ever again, but I'm always going to own it physically because of the memories attached to it. This is a game I beat 3 times over. Yes, or maybe 4 times over. I don't know, because I sold my Wii and Wii U's over time between 2013 and now. Yes, for the past 13 or 14 years of my life, I sold my consoles and rebought them constantly. I'm done doing that shit. I currently do not own an Xbox One X or Nintendo Switch Model 1, but I'm going to rebuy them in like 6 months to a year from now, so I'm not too worried about it. But here is Zelda Skyward Sword, and it's a great game. I absolutely love it. And the Mario Galaxy, why am I talking about this game? This game right here I played shortly after Skyward Sword, but I bought this game and played it when I first got my Wii U in 2014, the model I had at the time. And this game really opened up my eyes into Wii motion controls and really helped me appreciate that gameplay style more. Before Super Mario, wow, I can't talk today, Jesus. Before I played Super Mario Galaxy, I didn't care too much about the Wii motion controls. I fucking hated them. But this game got me into really appreciating them. It did. It did. And I should have talked about this a little bit before when I was talking about Sonic Unleashed. I have the game soundtrack right here, and I want to talk about these a little bit. I have the Sonic 1 and 2 soundtrack. It's so damn cool to own this. This got released back in 2011 for Sonic's 20th anniversary. I'm so happy that Sega made this. This is so sweet. Like, look at that. Look at that. And of course, like, you don't need to own this, even if you're a massive Sonic fan. But I love the albums that Sega makes for Sonic soundtracks. They're just so cool. Like, look how much personality these get brought into them. Like, it's just so sweet how just how they look stylistically speaking. And then I also have the Sonic Unleashed one. I also own the Sonic Frontiers one, but I didn't want to bust it out. I also have Shenmue's, but that's because it came with it. And then here's Planetary Pieces for Sonic Unleashed. Just look at that album art. It's so cool. Look at that. That's why I love owning this kind of stuff. Look at that. Digital can't do this kind of thing. It never can and never will. Look at that. You can't hold it in your hands. You can't physically feel the product itself. Oh, man. I don't think this is very expensive to own now. This is like 20... Maybe it was $50 when I bought this, I feel like. I don't remember how much it was. It feels like it was probably $50, maybe $30. I don't know. I remember getting off eBay, wanting to own it for myself, and now I do. So that's the story behind that one. Not very interesting, I know. And, oh yeah, Mother 1 and 2. The Mother soundtrack. So I guess now's a good time to finally talk about Earthbound. I don't actually own the Mother games. I do want to officially own the Japanese releases one day. It's a personal goal of mine for my book. Like, I forgot all about the skull. I remember telling myself that once I become an author, and if it becomes so much successful, like if my book, gets released physically, right, which it should, hopefully it does. If my book gets released physically, I will own the Japanese copies of the Mother games. But right now I don't have them. The closest thing I have is this, the Mother album soundtrack, and I do own them digitally on the Wii U technically and 3DS, but I do not have them physically. But that's okay. And here we have Earthbound Beginnings from Video Game DB in Retro City, and also this right here. This is a reproduction of Earthbound. This is not the official copy of it. I got this off of AliExpress. I think it took like 3 months to get to me, but it did. Thank God it did eventually. And yeah, the strategy guide's not in here. It's on my shelf in my other room, but I do have it, a reprint of it. That is. I know it's kind of lame not having the official thing, right? But I'm okay with that. I am, because I'd rather own the official Japanese releases when I get a chance to own them. But they're going up in price, I'm sure. But these releases are so cool, these fan-made ones, because look, they gave me a little red cartridge, and it came with a map. I don't want to get all of it out right now, but it is there. And for Mother 3 here, this version, I think I have an unboxing video of a previous version of this. I used to own like a red Game Boy Advance cartridge of it, but it like died on me. It wouldn't run right, so I rebought the game, hesitant to re-own it from VGDB. And here's the version that I played to death. Right fucking here. This is probably my favorite video game of all time. Besides maybe Shenmue. I know, isn't that crazy? I never thought Earthbound would have that kind of effect on me, or Mother 3. I don't think anybody, I think a lot of people look at Mother 3 and they like take it for granted. They're like, really? This is your favorite game? This game changed you? This game like affected you emotionally? What? And then they play it for themselves and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I get it. Yeah, Mother 3 is a big deal. It is. So, yeah. But I love that game. So now we're going to go back in time a little bit. This is this is not the only, but this is one of the only few PlayStation 1 games I busted out that I want to talk about, because this is a very impactful game. And I remember the first time I put the disc in the system, and the intro just awestruck me and captivated me. Final Fantasy VII, and I specifically mean the musical intro, when you see the opening credits before you even press the single button on the controller. This game is a fantastic game. I'm still on fucking disc 1 after all this time later. I played this game for the first I played this game for the first time back in 2011, I think. Yeah. Maybe 2013. I don't think it was that late. But I remember I even got this game, but it was at an ex's house, unfortunately, but I had a PS3. I don't think I had a PS1 yet. And so I popped the disc in, and then the intro was just like, holy shit. This is a game I have a lot of love and respect for. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. It's definitely one of my favorite games on PS1. I also own Final Fantasy VI, as you probably see in the background of a few of my videos, because I'm still playing through it. But quite possibly the greatest game ever made. So it says right there on the back of the case. I love this game. It's so beautiful. It really, really is. It really, really is. Now, okay, so this is another physical release I want to talk about really, really fast. I love this dumb little cartoon show. And when I saw that they were making this is fan-made, by the way, but I wonder how the creator of regular show feels about this. He probably got a kick out of it. I probably got a kick out of it existing. JQ Quintel, I think his name is. I forgot the guy's name. Regular show, The Format Wars Trilogy. Yes, this is a real VHS tape. I really like this show. This cartoon is not it's not targeted towards kids, really. It is a family show. Kids can watch it. But really, this show is for guys in their young 20s, or like in their 20s in general. I feel like this show is for men who are just trying to figure life out at young adulthood age. It's so relatable. And like Mordecai and Rigby, the main characters of the show, have a fucking Sega Master System. There's a Sega Master System in this show. And that blew my mind when I first saw it. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And there's a lot of cool 80s and 90s references in this show that I love. And some 70s stuff too. But yep, The Format Wars Trilogy. I just want to show off the tape. Here it is. It's real. Yep, you got regular show. 3 episodes, I think, on VHS tape. That's just crazy to me how this is a real thing. And I love it. I love that it exists. Like stuff like this, man, they can still make VHS today. It's crazy. 35 minutes, 2022. That's crazy. Man, recorded it in recorded in hi-fi. That's funny. Good stuff. All right, so now I want to talk about another series really quickly that I love near and dearly, and that actually before I get into that, wait a minute, I gotta talk about this. This right here existing is such a big deal. Speaking of cartoon shows, I have Gravity Falls, the complete series on DVD. Am I a big fan of the show? Kind of. I really do love Gravity Falls. It's a fun cartoon. I gotta watch it again maybe not this summer, but sometime in the future with my family. Gravity Falls is so goddamn good, and owning this DVD is a big deal because now this is an example of not every artist is a fan of digital media. Not every artist wants their product on digital platforming, okay? Just because Sony and PlayStation are doing this doesn't mean every game developer is okay with it, all right? So this right here is history of why that's important. This. So the creator of Gravity Falls, I think his name is Alex. It's Alex something. I forgot the guy. I forgot his name. I forgot the guy who created Gravity Falls' name. How can I forget his name? Well, that's a shame. I don't remember it right now. There's no credits showing me at the moment. But the creator of Gravity Falls was pissed off and not happy that his cartoon show wasn't going to get a physical release originally. That's right, you heard me. Gravity Falls was originally going to be a digital-only released show on Disney+, I think maybe on Amazon and other platforms where you can watch it. I don't know if they plan on releasing it for purchase digital, but they never planned for this to exist. So this release, I think, got petitioned or it got pushed to exist in the fucking creator's favor too, by the way. And it happened, and it's here. I'm holding it. It's real. Yes, this is a real story. That's all the details I can remember because it was so long ago, and a lot of my life has changed since. But Gravity Falls was not going to have this release originally. Thank God to Shout Factory that produced these. That's right. They also produced the Sonic DVDs. That's right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that you have it. It's a very real thing. They originally were not going to make this. That's sad. So, and seeing Shout Factory's name on here, I don't think they're a Disney-owned company. So I don't know how the hell this got made, but it did. And it's real, and it's here. So I'm so happy that it exists. I'm pretty sure it got a Change.org petition signed thing. So I'm going to keep up the theme of cartoons for now. So another cartoon show that I absolutely fell in love with after 2017, because I was there for its final season, that when they announced this Blu release, my eyes widened, and I was so fucking happy to pick this up. I think I just put it off Amazon. I own it. Samurai Jack, the complete series, all 5 seasons. What a fantastic, legendary show! This is kind of like the Shenmue of cartoons, of North American Cartoon Network shows, or Cartoon Network shows in general. It kind of is, because it wasn't concluded, right? It didn't have a real ending until many years later, and then it finally got concluded. And it came with these awesome metallic artwork plate sheets. I didn't play the video game that came out fairly recently. I gotta check that out still. But Samurai Jack, man, I'm so happy to own this Blu-ray. I got this back in 2017, 2018, and I have it to this day. There's Aku with the Ray Tigers on the front cover, and there's Jack on the spine art. So fucking cool. I love this. I love it. I love that I own it. I love that's here. I love that's true. I love that's physical. I love everything about that. And then here's another show I want to talk about really quickly that came out physical. That I'm so happy that I own this, because this is one of my favorite shows of all time. This is one of my favorite television series in general. I think it's a lot of people's. I don't own the other franchises / connected universe content physically yet to this show, but I want to. Breaking Bad, the complete series. I'm a huge fan of the show. I love Breaking Bad. I watch it religiously. I always go back to it, kind of like I do Dragon Ball Z. I watch Dragon Ball Z and Breaking Bad a lot, because they're just so good and memorable. And Breaking Bad, well, it's based off just kind of like reality, right? Like stuff that you would do in your day-to-day besides making drugs, obviously. But no, this show is so fucking cool. It is. And here's the whole thing of Blu-ray. I need to watch this someday. I've been watching it on streaming for years. I shouldn't, especially not now. I do have Netflix, but I gotta check out the Blu-ray and watch it myself. And I really want to get Better Call Saul and El Camino physically, and I will. I plan on it. I do want to own those. So I talked about this collection in another video of mine, the Alien Anthology. I love the first two films. That's all I've really seen besides Prometheus. But yeah, here it is. Aliens. And then there's a little piece of art for you with not Ridley, Riley? What was her name again? Sigourney Weaver versus the Queen. And I need to watch these again. Wow, it's been so long. And there's Alien 3. And Alien... Oh, yep, there's a piece of art from it. Alien Resurrection. Yep, and then that's kind of it. And then there's in the making of Alien Anthology, the Alien Anthology Archives. I should check it out sometime. Very cool stuff. I do love the Alien movies. I do. Well, the first two at least. I love the first two. I do. I gotta watch this later. All right, and this now I want to talk about two fairly recent films. Going back to Pixar a little bit, back in 2016, a little movie called Inside Out came out. And this movie felt so fresh and unique at the time because I think that was during the time of like Pixar's sequel, like just ughness with Finding Dory and The Incredibles 2. The movies we wanted for years, they finally made them, and it's just kind of like, oh, that's what we got? Okay. Plus, not to talk down to Finding Dory, but that's like the most predictable sequel they could have made. But it's whatever. If from Finding Nemo, but it's whatever. As for I love Inside Out 1 and 2. I got to own the second one still. But I think I personally wanted to own this movie physically, and my family members were like, why? And I'm like, because it's a good film, and because it reminded me of my childhood and my youth, of like how Pixar was great back then. And I think owning it physically, at least on DVD or Blu-ray or something, is worth it, is worth honoring it. And so that's why I did it. That's just the kind of person I am. All right, and then this movie right here is a movie I think my wife or partner and I saw Valentine's Day 2018. Yeah, I think it was, or 2019. It was around that time. And it's a movie that I really want more of. Alita Battle Angel. I want the sequel so fucking badly. But this is like the one, besides maybe Grand Teacher Onizuka, the one live-action anime thing ever in Netflix, One Piece live action. That's so perfectly well done and good. That's actually better than the original. Yes, this is better than the original anime in my opinion. This movie is, much like the One Piece live action adaptation is. The manga though, I don't know, probably not. But you know, James Cameron, was it James Cameron? I think it was James Cameron. And Robert Zemeckis, no, not Robert Zemeckis. Who directed this again? Not Robert Zemeckis. What was his name? Rob Schneider? No, that's not his name. That's a different guy. That's you. What was the guy's name? Fucking the guy that did Spy Kids, right? Oh, if I remember to, I'll probably put up his name right here. But the guy that made this movie, he's got to make a sequel. He's got to. We've been waiting for years. Where the hell is it? This movie's so goddamn cool. 2 hours of Blu-ray special features. I should kick back one night and watch that. I really should. All right, Sonic Movie 3. Yeah, okay. I wanted the 4K release of it so badly, and I wanted a cover art that like represented the movie really well, because everything I was finding at the time was just Sonic on the front, just Sonic. That Steelbook version, I was like, what about the just Shadow version? And he's like the kind of main character of this film. This movie, I love this movie a lot. Out of the 3 Sonic films, this is the only one that a lot of people say it's the best one. I kind of agree with that. I really, really, really do. But I still wish we got an animated trilogy instead, or an animated like series. But I really like this film, and I wanted the 4K version so badly in this kind of release. I'm glad that we finally got it. I'm glad that exists. I'm glad I own it. I'm glad that's here. There's the movie. I have a digital code of it that I do not want to show off because I haven't used it yet, and I might use it one day. There's an ad for Sonic Shadow Generations. Great little game right there. Does the code have expire? Oh, of course it does. Oh, okay. 4/15/2027. Right around when Sonic Movie 4 comes out. Okay. All right, then. That's fine. But I don't really care about using it because the 4K Ultra HD is honestly enough to me. So if you want my fucking digital code to Sonic Movie 3, if you can tell what that says right there, I guess you can have it. I don't care. But Sonic Movie 3 is so goddamn good. It is. It is. Okay. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, I think this is the last time I'm going to talk about Sonic on this video. This is a game that I was personally very excited for, that I wanted to own, and I remember the pre-order of it was kind of confusing because I remember now. I pre-ordered it from Amazon, right? And everything was fine-ish, but it wasn't going to get delivered to me the day of release. And that bothered me. And I was like, I have to wait to play it, and I could have, but I was like, fuck that. So I quickly scrambled, canceled the pre-order of the game, and bought it from Target right 5 minutes from my house, 5 or 10 minutes from where I live, like really right down the road. And I really, really, really wanted it that day, and I ordered for a Target pickup order, and I got it. I got it at like 9 or 10 in the morning. I got it, and I came home, popped in, installed it, and played it, and fell in love with it. And that game was other than Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers, and this specific copy has quite a history behind it besides that. So I'll get more to that story in a little bit. So I remember when I did pre-order Sonic Frontiers, or when I ordered that morning, I think it was November something, 2022. Yes, it was November 2022. I think it was, I don't think it was October. I'm pretty sure it was November. The guy that gave it to me said, "You're lucky that you got this because it was actually almost sold out. A lot of people actually bought it today." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, this early in the day and everything? And I couldn't believe that people actually want to play this game as badly as I did. But I will forever know this is that exact copy that I got all those years ago because of this sticker right here. The 30th anniversary edition sticker that I put on here. So this copy has been sold and rebought, sadly, at least once or twice at the same fucking store. Aren't I lucky to still have it? Yeah, I can't believe I actually tossed around Sonic Frontiers like it was nothing. But it wasn't just me. Somebody else did it too without my consent. But that's whatever. That's kind of on me. So it's okay though. I don't want to get into that. But I have the game now. Finally, thank God. Oh boy, same thing with Shadow Generations, but I got that game back. Okay, so now I can finally talk about these 3 games here. So I was coming off of the Shenmue series from 2013 to 2017 around this time, loving those games. And at that same used game store, I'll just say what it is. It's Disc Replay, the one in Livonia. That store is attached to some of these physical pieces of media that's talking about over here. I think this is the first time I ever shopped there with my wife or girlfriend at the time, or maybe the second or third time. But I saw this game in the used PS4 section just sitting there. I think it was like, I don't remember how much it was, but I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to check the series out. This is a good starting point, so why the hell not? Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0. I think I told this story before a few times on this channel, but I remember I picked this up on a whim, came home that night and saw it on my PS4, played it, fell in love with it. I still love it to this day. My favorite game in the series besides this beautiful game right here, which I just beat this game today. I did. I'm going to get into this story in a little bit, but I love Yakuza 0. I do. This is the same copy I've had since 2017. I've never got rid of it, sold it. A friend of mine the same friend that's attached to this other piece of media, or a few of them coming up in this video, borrowed this game from me for a good year and a half or so, or a good year, and he loved it. I hope he got to beat it. I don't know if he did, but I was like, bro, I want my game back. It's been like a year and a half. And he did give it back to me, but I remember, I'm hoping he got to finish it. I don't think he did. I don't think we really talked about it, but yeah, no, good stuff. Like, I love Yakuza 0. I do. And again, that kind of thing's going to be gone. Like, learning, and plus he wasn't my neighbor or anything. He lives like 30 minutes away from me. So I was kind of like, hey man, like, I want my game back, please. And I was like, at that point, I was like, bro, just, not just like a jerk, but like, you've had it for a year and a half and you're both adults. Like, can you just buy it yourself? Like, and I think and I don't know if he did, but he was kind enough to at least listen to me. So he didn't have to. So thanks again for that. But that was so long ago. I think he did buy it for himself eventually, or he finished it. I want to say he did. And I'm sorry that makes me sound like a jerk, but, you know, I didn't really ask for it back until, like, a good year later. I didn't say anything to him before then. So, and it wasn't like, I wasn't like a jerk about it. We just kind of casually talked about it. He was like, all right, Danny. And he's like, it's fine. So, anyways, Yakuza 0. Great game. Good starting point for the franchise? Yes. Check it out? Yes. Director's Cut? I don't know. That's up to you. But really, check out the original if you can. Great game. So, shame it got delisted nowadays. And, again, man, like once digital takes over, which it kind of is, it seems like memories like that, stuff like that will be gone in time. Like not having a game to borrow anymore. There's stuff I got to borrow too from friends, I think, over time, but I think so. No, I never really been that guy. I've always purchased stuff myself to own it because that's just the kind of person I am. I never really asked someone to borrow something. Maybe I should do that eventually. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think I have. maybe when I was a kid, but I don't remember. Okay. Oh, and Yakuza 7 here. So I specifically want to talk about this game for a little bit because I have it on PS5, as you can tell up there, which this game is on PS4. And you might be thinking, why not just have the PS4 version? Why even bother owning the PS5 version? Because because Ichiban being the new protagonist he is, I saw this game as a new evolution, a new step forward, a new franchise, a bit of a soft reboot-ish era for the Yakuza series that I thought it would be perfect for that era for the PS5. So much so that I have Ichiban sticker on my PS5, which I can show that off in the video in the future. But I love this game. Besides Yakuza 0, this is my other favorite game in the franchise. And Yakuza 6 and 2. Fantastic games. I loved it. It was so good. The ending, I cried at the end at like 3 or 4 different points. It really got to me. It was super long too. It's like 2 or 3 hours long, but it was so worth going through it before you can like save the game again. But again, it was so worth just playing through it. It was. This is the last Yakuza / Like a Dragon game that I want to talk about really quickly because I have it physical, and this release is just so fucking important to point out, talk about, and like get into a little bit. The Man Who Erased His Name, Like a Dragon Gaiden. This game was originally going to be a digital release only title. I think technically in North America it is, because as you can see right there in Spiner, it says English version in red. Plus the Sega logo is light blue, I think. Yeah, it has the light blue Sega logo instead of the dark blue one. The dark blue Sega logo, or like the regular blue, means it's like a North American like press release. The light blue means it's like Asian, or it's like from like Japan or something. I think this is the Asian release of the game, so it's not technically a North American release, but it kind of, but it's made for North American systems and whatnot. Oh yeah, there's not even a little official MSR. No, this is definitely an import because the ESRB rating is not even on the spinal cover or the back. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's no like. Yeah, so there's that for you. But yup, so if you want to play it physically, you can. But yeah, it's kind of a hassle to do it. Okay. So okay. This will be the last one to talk about, I think. So anyways, these 3 right here are very synonymous PlayStation games for me on PS5/4. The Insomniac Spider-Man trilogy, I don't want to think about any more of these games being digital. It's a shame to think about, but I love these 3 games. This is actually the PS4 release of the game. This is the PS4 version. See, look at that. I just got the PS5 spine art to like fit with the other 2 to go on my shelf with the trilogy. Each game is kind of a special memory. I got this game when I was working at Meijer at the time, I believe. I picked it up one night to play it. I fell in love with it right away. What a classic. I love Spider-Man Remastered. Oh my god. Or just Spider-Man. Insomniac Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man Insomniac game. It's a shame they changed Peter's actor and everything, but great game. Wonderful stuff. The ending, Brought Me to Tears 2 with Aunt May and everything. Oh my god. What a great, memorable experience this game is. I absolutely loved it. I did. I still do. And then I got this game right when I got my this game right when I got the PlayStation 5. Miles Morales Spider-Man, and it includes Spider-Man Remastered. I think that's how I got to play that version. I think I used the code already. Yeah, I think so. But, yep, and I love this game. This one is kind of the real Spider-Man 2 in the trilogy, because this isn't just like a spin-off title. This is like an actual like story. It's an actual game. And this game really made me respect the character a lot more from the Spider-Verse films and everything. A lot more. And then Spider-Man 2... I still loved him. That costume is goofy, but at the end of the game, but I still love Insomniac Miles and Insomniac Peter. This game I got when I was working at Retro Talkie Video Games at the time. I really tried hard to get it, and I did because I really wanted to secure my copy, and I got to. And I remember there's a customer there at the time that he and I bonded over this game, and to me, this game... Wow, holy fucking shit. Besides Yakuza 7 and 0, these are like, besides the Yakuza / RGG games, these are the best games I experienced on PS4 and 5. These are, right here. These are my favorite PlayStation games. These are my favorite modern PlayStation games besides the Yakuza series. Yes, the Spider-Man games are. And Spider-Man 2 on PS5, Insomniac Spider-Man 2, right here. Insomniac Spider-Man 2 is the greatest piece of Spider-Man story / media that I've ever seen on screen. It was like watching a long running Spider-Man comic book series from beginning, middle to end unfold on screen. There's so much awesome stuff happening in this game, and I loved it. I know some people out there will disagree with me. Maybe a lot of people will be like, it's not the best Spider-Man story displayed on screen. There's so many good ones out there, but to me it was. To me it is. It's just I want to play it again someday. Right now I'm playing Spider-Man 1 again, and I'm working my way towards it. But when I do, Jesus Christ, I'm looking forward to it. I am. It's a game I don't want to forget about. So this has to do with Earthbound and Mother a little bit. I want to talk about Undertale here because this is a game that was originally digital only, and then Fangamer made this collector's edition version that I have that's physical. This is the PS4 release. The copy's not in there right now. It's on my shelf. But I love Undertale. I love this franchise and this game. I still got to play Deltarune, but Undertale is just it's a classic. I just want to show it off really quick, and I got into it back when it was on Steam in 2015, and yeah, and then when I heard it was I was playing Earthbound. I think I beat it before I played this game, and so my experience with the Mother franchise was only from that one game. And then when I heard that this game was heavily inspired by Mother 3, I didn't think much of it until I did play Mother 3, and then I was like, now I see the similarities between Undertale and Mother 3. I really get it. I really fucking get it now. Oh my god, there's a lot in common between those two games. There are. So I love Undertale. So good stuff. Such great stuff. It is. All right, guys, we're near the end of the video. Thank God, because I need a break. So now I want to talk about finally some PS2 stuff here. I want to talk about the first handful of PS2 games that I got, which are right here. These ones. Katamari Damacy. My favorite game on the system, besides maybe a couple others. One of the only few finished so far on PS2. What a great game. Like, I remember when I first got this game at that store. It was such a great little moment. Oh my god, I love Katamari Damacy here. The Jak and Daxter trilogy, which I'm still playing through the first one, but I bought all three of them. Plus, I think I have the racing one, but I didn't grab it. I don't know if I have it anymore, but these games are really cool too. I love Jak and Daxter, and I definitely need to keep playing it on my PS2, because these are awesome, cool little games. They are. I do love this franchise. I got all three of them at Disc Replay. I did, and I'm glad I have them to this day. And Eco and Indigo Prophecy here. Now, I did have Shadow of the Colossus, but it got sold, not by me, by someone else. Again, that's another story I don't really want to get into. I have to rebuy a copy of it soon, and I will. But yes, this is the cover art, the custom cover art that I got for it. And this is that last Quantic Dream game that I wanted to talk about. That I said earlier in the video. Indigo Prophecy is a PS2 classic, but I used to. This game isn't just on PS2. This is one of the few besides Omicron. Well, no, they're on other platforms now, I think. But Quantic Dream for like a long time was a Sony exclusive franchise, or a PlayStation exclusive franchise, and yeah. Indigo Prophecy was on Xbox Original and PC. It still is. So if you want to pick them up, you can. But this is one game that I highly recommend you check out and play. And of course, last but not least, I want to talk about. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. I have a whole video dedicated to this game right here. Tulip, a beautiful little underrated PS2 classic. This game, besides the Yakuza games and Katamari Damacy, is my favorite game on the system. And maybe Persona 4, but I love Tulip. Tulip is so good. Tulip is so beautiful and good. I highly recommend you check this game out. It's funny too. It's so goofy. Absolutely love it. It can be kind of difficult to figure out what to do in this game, but yeah, I have a whole video dedicated to when I first purchased this game in a box set. It's gone up in price since. I think I've spent a full $60 on this game, and I think it was sealed. I think it was like brand new. So yeah, it's not cheap. Now, last time I checked, this game has been gone up. So, which is a shame, but at least I own it. So I'm proud of myself for that one. And of course, I gotta talk about the iconic Dragon Ball Z games on PS2. Besides Super Dragon Ball Z, which I do own that title, which was gifted to me from an old friend who's not my friend anymore, but at least he gave me his copy. The Budokai games. So I mostly grew up with these two games right here on GameCube and Wii, respectively. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 on the Nintendo GameCube, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai, I think, actually 2 on on the Wii, and I played these games religiously back when I got into Dragon Ball, and I still love them to this day. And these are probably my two favorite games in the whole series, besides this beautiful, badass, motherfucking iconic game right here, which is the number one best Dragon Ball game probably ever. Besides maybe Kakarot and Sparking Zero now, but this game is so good. I love Budokai 3. And the Game Boy Advance Legacy Goku games are good too. But Budokai 3 is just... Oh, Tenkaichi 3. Mwah. And Budokai 2 and 3. I mean, come on. We can't... And Tenkaichi 1. We cannot, like... You know, these games right here... The hell am I hearing? What's all that noise? Is that my cat doing that? I don't know. Well, anyways. No, that's my couch. Okay. These three games right here are so iconic and awesome too. They are. I love these games. I do. And I talked about them in my what's it called? Video games you should play before you die series as well. Alright, I'm getting near the end of this giant video, thankfully, but I do want to talk about a few other PS5/4 games before moving on. Most of Dragon Ball ones right here, before getting into this one right here. Dragon Ball FighterZ, Kakarot, which this is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot with like a custom art that I got offline that I thought was very fitting for the game. There's the game itself right there on the inside. There it is. I upgraded it to the PS5 version, which is kind of why I did that. And Sparking Zero. They each have quite a story behind them. So this one, let's do in order. So this game was actually kind of a gift when it came out. My wife, fiance, life partner person got me this game with a little Goku, Super Saiyan blue Goku figure, where we went out to eat at Noodles Company, and she was like, I got you something from GameStop. And I was like, what? No, you didn't. And she did. It was this game right here. And I was so happy that she did. And that was awesome. And I played the hell out of it since. I really need to play this game again. It's been a long time since I played it. I got to upload the save data to my PS5 before my subscription runs out this month. I should do that via data. But, yep, I should do that after this video. So before I forget, if I haven't done it already. But I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. And then there's one more game. Sorry, excuse me. I apologize. I should grab it before I finish things off with that stuff there. Okay. I got it. All right, okay. And then Kakarot, I pre-ordered this game when it first came out. I have the Collector's Edition box set at my house right now. That was cool. I got the statue and everything. That was an awesome release. I really like this game too. And Sparking Zero, I made a video about this game. I got this game, I think, Silent Hill 2, and Sonic and Shadow Generations all in the same day one night, and that was cool too. I don't regret doing that. So I played this game online a couple times with a couple friends of mine, and that was some good times. It was. It's still relatively new, still playing through it. And then this game right here, Sandland. This came out shortly after Akira Toriyama's passing, and I bought it because of that reason. I don't remember if I pre-ordered it or not. I don't think I did, but I definitely picked it up as soon as I heard that that he passed away, and I really wanted to check out regardless. But yeah, I'm so happy that I got this game because Sandland is really good. It is. Check out the manga or the game if you haven't already. And then this game right here. This is a game that I think I saw sitting at my old video game job, Retro Talk Video Games, for like months, like a year, that nobody ever picked up, and eventually I got around to buying it, and I love this game on PS5. And that would be Ghost Wire Tokyo, the deluxe edition specifically on PS5. This is an awesome game, and shout out to Tango Gameworks. It's a shame. I think that's the studio that Xbox shut down, which is really depressing because this is like one of the best games they've made and one of my favorite games to play on PS5. So check it out if you haven't. It's a great game. Super cool stuff. Okay, so now we're getting near the end of the video. There's some emotion. Everything's okay. After this last piece of media, everything else is going to be emotional. So I bought this years after watching the Happy Console Gamer / Johnny Millennium's video on this piece of product. And I made a whole video dedicated to this when I first got it. And you might be thinking, what the fuck is that, Danny? What is this? Say Gaga. This is like the Dreamcast swan song game that came out before the Dreamcast ended. But it's like you play as an employee working at Sega, I think around actually this time, in the 2020s, trying to save the company. Yes, that's the narrative. That's the game. And this is what it came with. Almost everything in this box. It also came with a really awesome t-shirt with a Sega robot on the back of it. I have no idea what happened to that shirt. I think a family member of mine may have tossed it out during it, which is really messed up to think about, but it's long gone at the moment. But Sega Gaga, I had to rebuy that shit eventually. Here it is. It comes with like a little notebook, pins, and whoa, what the? Okay, well, it's not. It's a notebook, but like it's like falling apart here. What the hell? Pages just slipped out. What the? Oh yeah, okay, yep. I gotta fix it. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I don't know why that happened. But oh, it's got that old notebook smell to it. I love it. I love it. And it also came with pins, which I think are either here or I put them somewhere else. I don't know if I want to show off the pins right now, but super cool stuff. Check out Sega Gaga. The game recently got translated to play in English completely thanks to AI. The one good thing AI is... The one thing that AI is going to be good for, right? Regardless, but I'm not happy that AI was used, but the English translation of this game was in development hell for years. In years, people really wanted to like do it, so they finally did it. So I'm glad it was used for that purpose. But now the game is fully playable in English. If you want to check it out for yourself on Dreamcast, you can. So I love Sega Gaga. Great stuff. Okay, so now I'm nearing the end of my video here. So these pieces of physical media do not 100% have to do with me, with the exception of one maybe. Maybe. It's more of like a symbolic thing. The last one is. First off, we have the Tomb Raider Saga. These are not my games, but I bought these though. I bought these for someone who I care about. Because she has memories with Tomb Raider. With a parental figure growing up, and so I decided to buy them for her. She hasn't played them really since, but for the fact that I did that still matters, and they're still a part of my life. I might play this one day, I don't know yet, but at least I have them, all 5 games right here. This was an anniversary gift, believe it or not, from a store in Waterford that we went to one night. I think I did buy Skies of Arcadia, but I got a discount on it because the guy knew it was our anniversary. So he was kind enough to do that. So thank you for doing that. So that was awesome. This in Final Fantasy X as well, but that wasn't my copy. But yep, that's how we got those games. And then these guys right here all have to do with a good friend of mine who, right. So To Live and Die in L.A. This is a beautiful film. It's starring William Dafoe and a few other actors in it. This is like his first like bad guy role ever that he's done. I think William Dafoe. He's pretty young in it. This is filmed in the 80s. In the 80s, yes. And I love this movie. I got the Blu-ray, I think, shortly after I got the VHS tape. But we were shopping at a used toy store that sold tapes, and he was like, "Danny, look, they have To Live and Die in L.A." And I was like, "They do," and so I got it. And I got the Blu-ray shortly after that. And he showed me this film. My friend did, and I'll never forget that. And oh my God, wouldn't you believe it? There's no DVD in here. It's just the Blu-ray, which I'm okay with that because I just wanted the Blu-ray. But I think this is one of those Blu-ray releases that came with both. But man, I bought this off eBay with these fucking stickers on and shit, and it was just hard to get them off. It looks like I remember, but yep. And this is a film I saw with my buddy too, Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. I know it's a dumb little movie, but I wanted to talk about it. Here it is, and I loved it so much that I wanted to own it physically, and now I have it. And yeah, it's a funny movie. I gotta watch it again someday, but I liked it. I did. Now, Brandon, if you're watching this video, you know, man, you know what this is, and I know what this means to me and you. And if you've never watched anything Gundam before, I highly recommend Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket. Just Google search Gundam War in the Pocket. It's a 6-episode OVA, original video animation, that takes place within the Gundam universe. It's like a side story, I think, to the overall arcing sort of Gundam, but this is like all you really need to see to understand what Gundam's kind of about. And it has a very traumatic and sad ending, but it's really good. It's a beautiful little piece of animation that I highly recommend anybody to check out. Next up, I want to talk about this game. This game has a sad story behind it too for me nowadays. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. You're like, how could Bomb Rush have a sad story behind it? Look, guys, I'm not the only person that is probably going through this kind of shit, okay? People lose friends all the time. People go through hard stuff all the time. It just happens in life when you do things that, that you may not be proud of or for whatever the reasons is. But me and someone who I used to be friends with bonded over this game because he was a Dreamcast fan and he loved Jet Set Radio. And he told me about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. And I'm glad that he did. And I specifically wanted the Xbox version because of the sequel, Jet Set Radio Future. And this is basically Jet Set 3, but it's not because it's not really the same developers. But this game is probably the coolest video game I have ever played in my entire life. It just oozes with just coolness. This game has such an epic vibe to it. I love this game. I really, really, really do. And I'm glad I still have it to this day. And I'm almost done with them. I'm almost near the end of it. I'm still playing through it. And this little video right here, this little movie right here, is an anime classic directed by Masaki. Did I butcher his name? Wow. Masaki Yuasa. A Studio 4C film. That little film known as none other than Mind Game. I love this movie. It's like, it has a blend of a bunch of different animations into like one story. It's such a beautiful film. It's just one of the best anime movies ever made. It is. I absolutely agree with that. Mind Game is definitely one of the best animated films of all time, and I'm so happy that I bought this physically. It's only in Japanese. There's no English dub, but that's okay. And I still highly recommend you check it out regardless. It's definitely a foreign film in that respect, but it's one I highly recommend you see. And so my old manager / friend / coworker / boss / he worked at Retro Talking Video Games, John, told me about this movie, and he said that he and a group of friends, somebody who was hosting this Discord call one night, put this movie on for them to watch, and that's how he discovered it, and he told me about it. And he's like, if you want to check out something unique and animated, Danny, check out this movie. And so I did, and I have it, and I love it, and I'm so thankful that John told me about that. That was back in 2022. That was not that long ago, but this movie is one of those films that will impact you when you see it. So good. It came out around the same time Finding Nemo did. Isn't that crazy? But to think about if you grew up in America or during that era, kind of like I did. But yeah, so there's that for you. Now these are the last 3 pieces of physical media that I want to talk about. And we're going to kick things off with a GameCube game that I bonded over time with my partner with and stuff. Animal Crossing. This is a game that's very important to her growing up. And this is the same copy that we had for years together. I'm still playing through it. We both have our own island on it. But yeah, she loves the series. I never got into it until I met her. And oh no, that's not true. I played a little bit of New Leaf before I met her, but this game really kicked it off for me. And I really like Animal Crossing. It's a great little series. It is. I need to keep playing this game because I do love the original GameCube one. It's just kind of hard to get into at times, but I do love this game. I do, because it's definitely a little dated compared to what they have now. And then she bought me this game, Christmas of 2020. Cyberpunk 2077. I made a whole video about this game recently when I finished it. It has my respect enough to. It had my respect enough to make a video dedicated to it, to talk about it. So I did, and I'll never forget that she did that. And yeah, go Cyberpunk 2077 right here. I am so happy that I got this game and that I have it. This is my favorite game on the Xbox Series X and One. My favorite modern Xbox game / one of my favorite 8th / 9th generation games of all time. It is. It's now definitely one of my favorite games of all time. I highly recommend it if you never played it. It's so goddamn good. Okay, so this game is super symbolic to everything going on with my life right now. I have made some really bad decisions recently, and within the past like half a year or so, right? And I've been going through since the beginning, since 2026, since the beginning of this year. Me and my own personal life, my journey of life, have been going through a bit of what's it called? Like a bit of a rebuilding stage with my life, right? Like I'm kind of starting over with everything, and I'm trying to make sure things can heal and be as good as they can for myself personally. And I bought this game because it's kind of symbolic to what I'm going through with themes of redemption, because it is in the title. But I've also heard a lot of really highly positive, critical things about it. And this is the first Rockstar game that I'm ever playing through all the way to the end that I really want to experience and take seriously, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2, starring Arthur Morgan. And he is such an important character to kind of what I'm going through here. I'm not saying I'm Arthur or anything, but, well, actually, I kind of am saying that there's a lot of similarities between us, but I'm also a lot like other protagonists, like Ichiban and V and whoever else that I showed off here. But, yeah, no, he's definitely a character that I can relate with and get, especially as a man, especially with decisions you made in life and all that stuff. So, yeah, good old Red Dead Redemption 2, right, guys? What a great fucking game it is. And with that being said, everybody, that's the last piece of physical media that I want to talk about on this channel. Physical media is more than just plastic in your hands, right? There's a certain power behind it, like there really is. And it's just sad to think that, like, how much is being taken away from us and how much is gone now with everything. I mean, for the fact that you can't even go to the store anymore with your parents to get a game or a movie or whatever you want to check out or rent things anymore really is sad. Or that you can do it with your own children nowadays. That everything is just on a screen, scrolling through it with the remote. It's just like, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't. Like, that experience of going to the movie store, family video, Blockbuster, Hollywood video, whatever it is, growing up with your parents, it's gone. Or a caretaker. It's sad. It really, really, really is sad that era and time is over now. And so, for those who love physical media, for those who have friends and family that you experience it with, cherish those moments. Cherish them. I like digital. I do like that's convenient. I don't want it to go away. And yes, I will admit the physical is ultimately possibly a little bit inconvenient in comparison. It is. But there's something very magical and just timeless about experiencing something that's recorded on a piece of media instead of it being like just on your TV. There's just something about the experience that will just always be just more wholesome to me and so many other people out there. And I'm so sad that it's coming to an end. And I am sorry. It's not my fault. I'm not responsible for physical media dying, but I feel bad that it is. And it's sad. And I could make this video 5 times longer than I already had, talking about more stuff that I own. But I think this is a good stopping point. I think I've made my point, and I think I've spoken enough to you guys about it. So with that being said, I love you, physical media, and I'm sad that that you're dying, that you're going out like this. And let's just hope there's a change soon, guys. Video games on consoles going all digital, that to me, that's kind of whatever, because I honestly kind of want Xbox and PlayStation to kind of just like go away a little bit, and for someone like Sega to step in and come back and make consoles, or a different company to go up against Nintendo that isn't Xbox or PlayStation. I want someone new to come on. I want someone new to show. I either want Sega to come back or someone brand new to come in to be like, we got to compete with Nintendo and show them what we can do. I really want that to happen instead. And I also want Sony to like get out of their ass and still guarantee Blu-ray discs existing. That I want. I don't care the PS6 is all digital. It's gonna crash anyways. Nobody bought the fucking PS5 Pro. What makes you think people are actually gonna buy? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to want to support this. A lot of people won't. I mean, 50,000, over 100 million people already hate what's happening here. That matters. This is being recorded on July 8th, so anything is possible after this video gets posted and edited of change in this whole situation, but we shall wait and see. Even if, like, by the time this video is uploaded, it's already been announced that physical is saved, that's wonderful, but I still feel like this video is important to talk about in film regardless because of what happened. This is a big part of why I made this video, is obviously because of what is going on right now with the world of art and media, entertainment. It isn't just video games. It's books, it's music, it's films, it's TV shows, it's recorded history of things. It's a damn shame. This is one of the most awful things in human history to ever happen. This is bigger than just entertainment. This is recorded, valued media, and it's just being taken away from us like it's nothing. So I hope this video sparked some kind of humanity in you, Sony, if you've seen it, and I just hope that things change soon. So Thank you all for watching. And again, if you have anything that's physical that has to do with being watched on your television screen, that's not just a book or an album or something that you experience with someone that you care about, that you live with, like a child, a partner, a friend, a roommate, whoever it is, somebody who you care about, okay? Cherish those moments, guys. Cherish those moments. And just know in your heart of hearts that you can have that moment however many times you want, as long as you own the goddamn thing. Or the God blessed thing. However you want to see it. I'm Daniel Andrus. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I highly appreciate it. And till next time, peace out and goodbye. Long live physical media, because physical will always be king. Have a good one, folks. Take care.